Welcome into Falcon Park here in the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're coming to you right at the start of tonight's game here between the Auburn Doubledays and the Elmira Pioneers. I'm Ryan Story on the call tonight alongside Evan Carocchio here in the broadcast booth. Evan, we're starting off today's game right now as first pitch approaches. Zach Muir with the opening pitch for the Doubledays to the leadoff batter, Manny Esley, for a strike.
Start time 6:36 in this ball game.
We've got a nice environment, nice atmosphere here today, Evan. Something we haven't been able to say with all the smoke that's been in the air.
No, I mean, just yesterday, the smoke in the air was at a 500 air quality, which is obviously, it was listed as hazardous. That's how bad it was. So, finally, a clear day and a nice day. Not too hot as well here at Falcon Park.
And there's a swing and a miss, but yeah, it must have been the Niagara Ironbacks, the only Canadian-based PGCBL team. Canada sending the smoke over our way. And right now, Zach Muir, he's on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays, the pitcher, local guy out of Cortland. He's down at number 9 and gets the leadoff batter with the punch out. That's a backwards K to kick off tonight's game.
The player of the week this past week as well.
Manny Esley was the leadoff batter for the Elmira Pioneers. Now it's Caleb Delaney, a guy who's batting .500 on the campaign. Every other at-bat, he seemingly gets a hit. Out of all eligible batters, he's first in the PGCBL in batting average. And that's not going to be the only Elmira Pioneer we see leading the PGCBL in a stat today. Their pitcher in Brendan Hayes is the league leader in ERA.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the Elmira Pioneers just do it all offensively and defensively. They're just a team that, you know, they're sitting at about 500, but with 7-8 games left in the season, they'll definitely go on a winning streak with how hot they are.
There's one hit into left field, and that is caught by Ethan Smith for the second out of the inning.
For the Auburn Doubledays, Miles Fontaine third, going to run us short.
That brings up Brett Baker after a quick first two batters for Zach Muir. Brett Baker has gotten a hit in 13 consecutive games. He tries to keep that alive as he is the third batter here for the Pioneers today.
He comes in today operating with a 13-game hitting streak.
And that pitch is way outside for Muir. Not even close for the catcher, Jake Bentavega, to get to. And now we'll take you through the Doubledays lineup in the field today. Miles Fontaine at third, Rumpf at short, Connor Rumpf, that is, Flynn Shoop at second, downing number 2, and Justin Batts at first. As that pitch falls in for strike one against Brett Baker. Ethan Smith out in left field, Teddy Monahan in center, and Steven Ambrosio, not Michael Ambrosio, in right.
And Baker steps up to this one, batting .388 on the season. This is his 27th start on the season. He leads the team in starts. This is his 86th at-bat on the season. He's actually second in at-bats. He's got 33 hits on the team.
Well, Muir with a good start against Baker, forcing him to foul that last pitch off. Muir hasn't been too accurate this at-bat, but he's been able to put some good pressure on this veteran batter.
And with a 2-2 count here, Muir would love a strikeout here to get out of the inning without giving up any hits.
He's already had one and gets a second swing and a miss for Brett Baker. 1, 2, 3 for Zach Muir to open this PGCBL contest. We'll be back with your Doubledays batters when we return at the bottom of the first inning. Back here, bottom of the first inning here at Falcon Park, and after Zach Muir set the tone with a 1-2-3 top of the first, now it's up to the Doubledays to set their own tone at the plate. Jaden Madrid leading off for the Doubledays, with Ethan Smith and Teddy Monahan rounding out the first three Auburn players up to bat. But they got a tough test up ahead. Evan, can you tell us a little bit about Brendan Hayes, the starting pitcher for this Elmira squad?
I mean, Brendan Hayes, he comes into this one with a 1.95 ERA. He's got 4 wins, 1 loss. He has the most wins on the team for the Pioneers. This is his 8th appearance in the 7th game he has started. He has tossed the most innings as well as 37 innings he has pitched. He has 42 strikeouts on the season. He's electric. He's someone who's definitely an ace for the Pioneers. He can give you a long stretch in an outing.
He was named to the PGCBL All-Star game as Madrid flies one into left field, and that'll drop in front of Tyson Gingrich for a base hit. Good batting by Jaden Madrid to get on first base, and now the speedy Madrid is ready to terrorize the Pioneers on the base paths.
I mean, 1 pitch, 1 hit, Jaden Madrid doing what he does best, getting on the bases. And now the problem for the Pioneers is not allowing him to extend off of first base and try to get in scoring position, which he does a great job of stealing bases as well.
There's a period where Madrid's batting average fell down to like the 215, 220 mark. Well, he has been on a tear recently, even as the Doubledays haven't been as successful. Madrid's batting average now up to 271 heading into tonight's contest. It just got boosted a little bit in that last at-bat. Now it's Ethan Smith at the plate, and talk about high batting averages. He's batting .417 on the year. That's good for third on the Doubledays.
Yeah, not as many appearances as Teddy Monahan, but his batting average has just been phenomenal since he joined the team. He's got 15 hits on the season.
A shot right over to the first baseman. That's the fielder's choice as Brandon Duback tosses it over to Manny Castro for 1 out, but they can't turn 2 in the infield, so simply a fielder's choice for Smith.
And they got Madrid out, so that's good for the Pioneers, but there's another Doubledays runner on the bases who has speed as well, as Smith steps into this one. He's got a couple stolen bases on the season.
Now it's Teddy Monahan, who has been a valuable player all season for the Doubledays, but has done exceptionally well against the Pioneers throughout the season. Auburn against Elmira this year is 4-1. They've won the season series, but they got 2 games, 1 more after this one against Elmira for right now the team that's currently in 4th place to try to catch the 3rd place Doubledays. Monahan falls behind Durley. He's down 0-2, and he did not like that call.
And Monahan has been somebody who's definitely been the best batter for the Doubledays all season. 427 batting average, 2 home runs, 8 doubles, 26 RBIs.
And there's a shot over to the first baseman, Castro, who flips it over to 2 but can't get to 3 in time. 2 plays in a row. Could have been double plays, but not able to convert them. Auburn showing that they got some speed on the bases, but we'll see if they can hit one out of the outfield just like Jaden Madrid did.
Yeah, the Doubledays have done a great job of getting contact off of Hayes so far right now, but they are having a problem with trying to move around the runner off of first and getting it out of the infield.
Now it's Justin Batts after 2 consecutive fielder's choices. Batts nearly goes, doesn't. He checks his swing on the 87 mile per hour fastball that was a tad upstairs. Maybe it was ruled a strike.
Batts is not able to hold up his bat. It goes for a strike.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a strike call on the board. Bat swings over the head of the first baseman, Duback. That's a base hit. We see Monahan heading for 3rd. Monahan, the team leader in steals, showing off the speed as he legs that single all the way around to 3rd base.
Finally, a runner in scoring position for the Auburn Doubledays safely. Monahan 90 feet away from scoring. Great job there by Batts to just wait for a pitch. I mean, he definitely waited on it a bit too long because he was late on it, but he waited on a pitch that he claims to be his and put his bat on the ball, and it got over the first baseman Dowbeck's head and dropped into right field for a base hit.
Now it's up to the Denison product, Flynn Shoop, with runners on the corners. Can Shoop deliver? Shoop's batting .350 on the year. Not exactly a power hitter, but is shown to be very consistent. That's all the Double Days need here. A single gets a runner from third. That is all Auburn needs here against the Elmira squad. Hayes has been good at getting that opening pitch first strike against the Double Days. 0-1 count to Shoop. And that's hit right up the gut, over to Castro. He has an easy play, flips it to second. Esley ends the inning, Manny-to-Manny connection. Auburn strands 2 on the base paths. Flawed theirs all season. We'll be back shortly here in the second inning of this Auburn Double Days contest of the Auburn Double Days YouTube channel. To kick off the second inning, it's the player who's involved on all 3 outs for the Pioneers against the Double Days that last half inning. Manny Castro, the shortstop, batting cleanup in the Pioneers lineup today. Zach Muir, he went down through the Elmira lineup 1, 2, 3 in the first. We'll see if he continues that success into the second inning here. That's popped up high. Muir underneath it, backed up by the rest of his infield, and he easily grabs that for the first out.
Wow, he did a great job calling that. I can hear him from up here in the press box. And that's difficult as that pop fly was hit up in the air on the pitcher's mound. Kind of messes with your equilibrium a little bit, but he did a great job of getting underneath it, making a catch, and calling everyone off so there was no confusion.
Good play by Muir. Now it's Brandon Dubeck, the first baseman. And he's a first baseman today. That's not where he's been throughout the season. Routinely been a catcher for them, but similar to how we've seen Jake Bentavenga, who's normally a catcher for the Double Days, he's played first base a few times. I guess it's kind of a natural transition to have a catcher also play first from time to time.
Yeah, I mean, you're blocking balls behind the plate. You're doing it at first base as well. So I guess kind of a similar position other than you don't have the pitcher primarily throwing to. You have the infield.
Yeah, very true, very true. But I guess we saw it in the movie Moneyball, right? Where they moved the catcher over to first base. As there's a strike right down the gut. Dubeck was sitting on that pitch. 85-mile-per-hour fastball. You are pitching quickly, that inside.
Yeah, if you're Dubeck, you have to imagine you're taking unless you get exactly the pitch you want. Doesn't seem like he's the best man for the strike zone right now. With you being just
like you said, Zach Muir, originally out of Cortland, will be headed to play collegiate baseball. That's hit deep. That's hit far. And Steven Ambrosio manages to track it down. Had to flip the hips, turn his shoulders, but still managed to prevent it from getting into the warning track.
Wow, how did Ambrosio make that play? It looked like that one was going to be blasted over the wall, and then it died down a little little bit. Ambrosio looked like he had it lost. Instead, he's somehow able to twist his hips, get underneath it, and make the play. Kids, if you're watching, that's textbook outfield example right there by Ambrosio.
Yeah, great job by the twin to be able to show off his skills out and right. Now we are going against Alex Davis, the extra hitter for Elmira today. He takes the second pitch of the at-bat. It's a 1-1 count.
1-1 count.
1-1 is missing low and away.
2-1. Bingo with the grab there.
Muir committed to go to Hofstra to continue his baseball career. This could definitely be a pitcher's duel today, Evan, between Zach Muir and Brendan Hayes. These two guys on the mound, they know how to really huck those balls out there. It's a 2-2 count. Muir thought about it, doesn't go. Excuse me, Davis thought about it, doesn't go. He takes it for ball 3. We've got a full count here with 2 outs on the board. Muir tried to keep his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going as that's fouled off. The righty batter versus righty pitcher duel. Muir with a toss. That's fouled off yet again. Looked like it would have missed the zone. 78 mile per hour breaking ball. Hard to tell. That would have been right on the edge. Would have been the umpire's decision to make. The full count yet again. Payoff pitch misses outside. That's the first Pioneer to get on base today. Alex Davis works a walk. Now Jack Aylward, the designated hitter, will have the extra hitter on first to work with.
There's the first walk of the night between the two teams, and it's rewarded to Alex Davis. Let's see if he can get around the bases here. And obviously, Muir is going to do his best to try to pick off Davis so he doesn't advance.
Aylward batting .245 on the campaign. He checks his swing there, does not go.
Hey, nothing wrong with an OPS in the 900s, though. Let's put it this way. If you have somebody
this Elmira squad throughout the season has been pretty much exactly neutral. 16-16 total record, 9-9 home record, and then Evan, do the math, that makes it a 7-7 away record. So pretty much exactly 500 heading into this game.
You didn't even give me a chance to do the math. You told me to do the math, I couldn't even think.
Well, I'm sorry. You're like Goodwill Hunting. You got to answer immediately. Come on. Good Evan Carocchio. That's the name of the movie, actually.
That one's outside.
Evan, let's hear your Boston accent.
My Boston accent?
The next half inning, you're going to call it using only a Boston accent. That's my challenge to you.
Oh, boy.
Jack Aylward with the 2-0 count. He holds his swing back. There's strike 1. Bad decision from Aylward because looked like he was all over that pitch until he held up at the last second.
Over at first base. The first base runner for the Pioneers.
That's crushed deep into left, but too high. And it looks like it blows foul over towards the Doubledays bullpen. So now a 2-2 count. Aylward, though, had absolutely crushed that pitch.
Too early, and it goes foul.
Yeah, it seems like the last couple of weeks it's cleared the fence about a half dozen times with all of them being on
now the 2-2 count. Muir 1 strike away from getting out of the second and doesn't get it there, just a tad outside. A second straight full count. Muir trying to avoid a second consecutive walk with Davis on first. Davis takes off, and that pitch misses outside. Doesn't matter as Aylward moves to first. Davis over to second. Muir in a little bit of trouble right now.
Yeah, he started out the inning. He got 2 flyouts, one right to himself, and then one to Ambrosio right field. From now, he's gotten up in the count with 2 strikes, and then from there, he's kind of blown the lead that he had. He's going to try to do his best to settle in and clear his mind and work a strikeout here, an easy out.
We're into the bottom third of the Pioneers lineup. Ryan Gabbianelli followed up by Ryan Jones, and the lineup ending with Tyson Gingrich. First pitch in for a strike. 85 mile per hour paints the outside left corner of the zone.
Pitching with a lot more pressure with 2 runners on versus a clean slate.
Gabrianelli, the third baseman here in tonight's contest.
Has a close stance there at the plate. It's a bit.
And that swung on, fouled off. And now this is where Muir really has the advantage. The 0-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Can he do what Elmira did and force the hitting team to strand 2 on the base paths?
Have to imagine he'll be getting 1-4 on the inner part of the plate here.
Gabrianelli batting 246 on the year.
0-2 count.
After hesitation, steps back in.
Across the diamond.
Tall stance. Muir with the 0-2. He gets a chase by Gabrianelli. There's the third strikeout of the day for Zach Muir. He'll take the Double A's into the bottom of the second. Stay tuned here on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel. Back here, bottom of the second inning. And if you remember, Evan Carocchio said that he will be doing this entire half inning with a Boston accent, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Now, Braden Michelson up to bat after the double days. Stranded 2 back in the bottom of the first inning. Braden Michelson, the designated hitter, kicking things off.
So far, it's not.
And I apologize to anyone who's gonna hear me do this because it's gonna be horrible.
No, Evan, you're starting now. You gotta
we're gonna start soon, but go Yankees.
Fair enough. Go Yankees, but you've got the accent. Let's see if we can pull off the Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. As that's hit right down the first base line, just barely foul. Excuse me, the third base line, but yeah, just fell outside of it. A little blooper that the third baseman in Gabrianelli ran down on, but played it well enough to have the home umpire rule it foul. Out in the field for the Pioneers today, it's Hayes pitching to the catcher Ryan Jones. Gabrianelli, as I just mentioned, at third, with Manny Castro and Manny Esley manning the middle of the infield, with Brandon Duback at first, Tyson Gingrich out in left, Brett Baker in center, and Caleb Delaney in right. Michelson, after fouling that off, makes it an 0-2 count. Hayes looked good back at that first inning, even though he gave up 2 blooper singles, forces Michelson to foul it off again. That was a weird first inning for the Double A's. 2 singles, but 3 fielder's choices. Don't see that very often.
Yeah, the Pioneers just did a good job of catching. They caught the ball very well.
You're doing a great job, Evan. Really love this. As that's fouled off for the 4th straight time. I don't know what award this would be, but I feel like this needs to be sent in for like an Oscar, an Emmy, or something. It would be an Emmy, right?
Yeah, I deserve an ESPY.
SB? Yeah, SB's good. I like that. I like that. Jim Nance Awards incoming. The 0-2 count. After 4 straight foul balls, that's chopped into left field. Another blooper single against Brenton Hayes. The Double A's testing the star pitcher early. Michelson into left field.
Just put the ball in play. Fair ball. I mean, he really got all of that one. I'd have a party for that. The way he hit it in the left field fairly.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that was a great job by Michelson. That brings up Miles Fontaine. We saw it, though, in the first inning. Jaden Madrid led off the inning with a single. The Double A's couldn't get him all the way around. Can Auburn be a little bit more efficient here? Fontaine up to bat, the third baseman. Doesn't go. That pitch was right down the gut for strike one. Fontaine this season batting .222. It's dipped a little recently as he's gone through a slight hitting drought. He's only had 1 extra base hit on the year as well. Fontaine hits a chopper over to the first baseman who thought about the fielder's choice. Instead, goes back to first base. Brendan Hayes saw a little bit of confusion over to second, realized he had to make the veteran play, toss it over to Brandon Duback at first.
Caught the ball fairly in his glove and made an excellent play over to first. He knew he didn't have time to try to get out the lead runner, but, you know, this is horrible. So it was a great play by Hayes. I mean, he realized that he didn't have enough time to try to spin it or get the lead runner, but just great heads up. Keep your head on a swivel play by the pitcher, Hayes, who's also a great defensive pitcher as well.
Evan, I'll allow you made it through at least a third of an inning, so I'm very proud of you there.
I just couldn't.
Yeah, that's a fair take. Jake Bentavenga now up to bat. Jake Bentavenga up to bat. The 1-0 count for the catcher. He's got a runner in scoring position as he fouls that one off for the 1-1 count. Michelson advanced to second off of Fontaine's grounder. And he's kind of prancing around out back there behind the wandering eyes of Brendan Hayes.
Bentavenga is somebody who got hurt sliding into third a few games ago, and
Yes.
here he is back. It's great to see that he's healthy and not too injured from that.
Yeah, definitely good to see him getting healthy, especially before this last stretch for the Double A's. It's a big last stretch. They're probably too far out to catch Jamestown for second place in the Western Division of the PGCBL. But you still have to not only hold on to the 3 seed, you want to make sure you hold on to a playoff spot. You're a few games ahead of Elmira and a few games ahead of some of those other teams ganged up around there. But you got to hold on to the playoff spot. You can't take your foot off the pedal.
And keep in mind the playoff format is 1 takes on 4, 2 takes on 3.
Yes.
It's the same for both divisions, the West and the East.
Yeah, you really don't want to drop to that 4. You want to stay in the 3 because they've Auburn shown they can hang with Jamestown, not as well against Batavia. The 2-2 count. Bentavenga chases a high one on the 76-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Bentavenga gets fanned. 2 outs on the board. Connor Rumpf trying to avoid leaving a third Double A stranded on the base paths.
And with that being Hayes' first strikeout on the night, that was huge for him. Because instead of putting another runner on with only 1 out, there's only a runner on with 2 outs. And a strikeout here would leave a Double A's runner stranded.
The first pitch to Connor Rumpf falls low on the breaking ball. That was a nice curve, 75 miles per hour. Connor Rumpf playing short today for the Double A's. He's just shy of that 300 mark. A good game here could bump him up past it. And that's way inside, right off the shoulder of Connor Rumpf. He didn't move at all, knew he had no chance of avoiding that pitch. Luckily only 76 miles per hour. But now that brings up Steven Ambrosio with runners on first and second.
You know, if you're Ambrosio, you just watch your teammate, the hitter before you, get plunked right in the bat. Didn't even have a chance to move. What's your mindset? Are you nervous a little bit? Are you excited, hoping for an inside pitch so you could properly clobber one or get hit?
Yeah, I think you're a little excited because you got 2 runners in scoring position. It's a tied game against a relatively even opponent. You're really thinking here, I can change the game on this at-bat. Ambrosio, the final batter in the Double A's order, then it flips back around to Jaden Madrid. It's a 1-0 count. That swung on fouled off. Ambrosio had a good jump on that, just a tad late. Ambrosio batting 118 on the season, and talk about trying to bump that up. He's right behind his brother Michael Ambrosio, who is batting 143. It's probably what he's chasing, trying to be the top Ambrosio hitter on the squad. The 1-1 count. That gets past the catcher, Ryan Jones, puts runners on second and third. The Double A's have 2 in scoring position.
Wild pitch by Hayes, a mental error there. I think he tried to place the ball a little bit too hard, or slipped out of his hand. Not ideal if Ambrosio gets a base hit for the Pioneers. But for the Double A's here, this is a win-win situation. One swing of the bat gives them a run. So let's hope that the wild pitch can give the Double A's some runs.
And if you are Brendan Hayes here, a walk isn't devastating because it just loads the bases, doesn't score a run, but that simultaneously brings up Jaden Madrid, who's one of the best batters on the Double A's. You don't want him on with the bases loaded. The 3-1 count. Trying to avoid walking Ambrosio, but he can't avoid it. Ambrosio will take first. It's the Double A's leadoff batter with the bases loaded and 2 outs on the board.
Here's somebody that's batting 1,000 on the game so far in Jaden Madrid, and one of the hottest Double A's batters. He already in the first got a single and got out trying to advance to second, as Jones is going to call timeout to go try and calm down Hayes. Madrid with a lot of pressure on himself right here to try to put some runs on the board.
Yeah, so far Hayes has been uncharacteristically inaccurate. He's generally a pitcher who takes a little bit of time to warm up throughout games and gradually settles in by that 3rd, 4th inning. This is where the Double A's need to jump on him. You can't afford to strand 5 batters in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ryan, because that's what the Double A's, unfortunately, have done a lot this season, is leave runners stranded.
The first pitch misses outside. Yes, Evan, that's really been probably their biggest issue as a team. Leaving runners stranded, not being able to string together those runs. When it works well, it's great. Like you see it against teams like Newark and Geneva. That now they just need to do it against teams they'll be seeing in playoff competition. Where we see Elmira could be one of those teams. There's a first strike against Jaden Madrid.
Clocked in at 84, and Madrid knew it right away. You saw him shaking his head. He's not going to take that pitch again.
Yeah, but Hayes hasn't been too accurate recently. Wanted to see one cross the zone. Now, Madrid readying. The 1-1. Another beautiful breaking ball sliding inside for strike 2. Madrid has watched the last 2 fall into the zone. Now down to his last strike. Can't afford to go down looking with the bases loaded.
2 down and coming. Have to wonder if he is potentially going to chase pitch here.
Huge pitch coming up. That's fouled off by Madrid. It's high. And the first baseman just can't get to it. Brandon Duback trying to track it down, but it fell over onto the deck out in right field.
Madrid has been fun to watch right now. I mean, he's really pumped trying to get ahead. He was mad at himself right now as he didn't put that one in play, but he's down on the count 1-2. I mean, his emotions are all over his face. Let's see if he can get ahead here and how excited he'll be if he reaches first base safely.
The 1-2. The kick, the pitch, it's hit into right over to the glove of Manny Esley at second. The Double A's strand 3 more. It's still 0-0 Auburn, tied with Elmira when we return here on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel.
July, sitting at 500 right now. They're 16.
Here, top of the third inning.
Two other teams.
And for the Pioneers, it's Ryan Jones, the catcher, up to bat still against Zach Muir. The Doubledays left 5 runners stranded through the first 2 innings, and Jones stands straight up as Muir's first pitch falls in for a strike.
Already the Pioneers have struck out 3 times against Muir tonight. He gave up 2 walks. This one's far off. He gave up back-to-back walks in the top of the second, and he was able to escape a jam. So Muir has been sharp tonight for the Doubledays through 2 solid innings of work.
He's a young pitcher. He is committed to play Division I baseball, but he still has not yet played a collegiate baseball game while most of these guys are veterans. And guess what? He's had 4 strikeouts in his first time through the lineup as Ryan Jones goes down swinging. Tyson Gingrich now up to bat, the final batter in the Pioneers order.
And let me tell you what, it is hard to hit off of a sidearm pitcher. I mean, you see it in the big leagues all the time. You see it, Chris Sale, sidearm pitcher.
He's pitching tonight.
He was pitching tonight. Right now, Muir is demonstrating how hard it is to hit off of a sidearm pitcher.
As there's a breaking ball that slots in 78 miles per hour as the lefty Tyson Gingrich does not go.
It seems like first pitch is not going to be close to anywhere near above 80 miles an hour.
Gingrich, another guy with a taller stance in the batter's box. And Muir is finding his spots. It's an 0-2 count. Trying to make it 1-2. And can't get the immaculate at bat. Thought he did. He was walking off the mound. Was very confident in the pitch. Instead, has to step back on.
Yeah, I thought that one was definitely close, but looked a tad bit inside.
This time it's a chopper right past the second baseman, Flynn Shoop, as Tyson Gingrich gets the first hit of the day for the Pioneers.
Will be the top of the order.
Oh, there goes the no-hit bid for Muir, unfortunately. I mean, I think it was inevitable. There's obviously a slim chance a no-hitter happens every game, but
yeah,
he was looking so sharp out there in the mound that it was looking like it was possible. Just a great way there by Gingrich to put his bat on the ball and put it in play to get the first runner of this inning on board for the Pioneers.
Even with that, through the first time through this Pioneers order, 4 strikeouts, a very promising sign for the young pitcher. Now going against one of those guys that he punched out, Manny Esley, struck out the leadoff batter for the Pioneers. And guess what? He's already down 0-2 in the count. He's just not going. Muir has been blowing by first and second pitch strikes against this Pioneer squad. Now the 0-2 count. Second straight one. It's fouled off. Looked like it might have went off the foot of Esley.
His first pitch that he saw, he swung on. He swung a bit.
Muir at 47 pitches right now. He's thrown 29 strikes through that.
All of a sudden, you got strike 2 coming in. It's an 0-2 count still following the foul ball.
With the 0-2. And there's strikeout number 5. Esley goes down swinging for the second time today.
For Muir on the night.
And we talk about this pitcher's duel that we're going to see here today. For the Pioneers, it's Brendan Hayes who leads the PGCBL in strikeouts. Well, Zach Muir doesn't have a ton of PGCBL reps, but on a per-game basis, with how he's playing today, he might be up there, again, just on a per-game basis.
Yeah, he has been absolutely electric tonight. I mean, he's got 5 strikeouts on the night. We're not even done with 3 innings. He is just looking solid out there.
As it looks like a bunt attempt wanted to be laid down by Delaney. The throw to first not in time, as Justin Batts couldn't apply the tag before Gingrich got back in time. Caleb Delaney, kind of surprising to see him look to lay down a bunt with 2 outs on the board. And now he's in the 2-0 count. Delaney was somewhat of a snub from the All-Star game as he's leading the PGCBL in batting average, but not named to the All-Star team. Kind of surprising. But I guess we have seen a shift in baseball away from just batting average when evaluating hitters. The 3-0, and that pitch misses upstairs. Rare 4-pitch walk for Zach Muir as Caleb Delaney advances to first, Tyson Gingrich at second.
Yeah, you just said there that batting average isn't the most looked at statistic anymore. And you're correct. At the All-Star game, just a few days ago, they asked all the MLB players, what is the most important statistic in your eyes? They all said OPS.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Delaney didn't deserve it, because I also think that he 100% deserved it. But yeah, OPS is a huge statistic now, and it's one that even the MLB is trying to take away from batting average and just look at OPS.
Yeah, and especially like you look at it, there's also different types of contact hitters. I'd say Delaney has less Arias in him, and he's more like Chandler Simpson when Simpson was playing well, where yes, he's getting hits, but he's also really speedy on the base paths, is valuable to his team whenever he gets on base. He's not just a singles merchant. As a quick 2-1 count against Brett Baker, I already mentioned the fact that he's on a 13-hit streak. He's also gotten on base in 24 consecutive games, looking to make it 25.
Yeah, he 100% deserved to be an All-Star for sure.
Yeah, and Baker one of the 2 All-Star nods for the Pioneers. It was Baker and Hayes. As there's a 3-1 count. Muir really doesn't want to load the bases here.
So a 3-1 count
going against a lefty batter who struck out to end the first inning. The 3-1 is upstairs. That's a 5-pitch walk, following up the 4-pitch walk. Muir losing some steam. Manny Castro up to bat, and Thomas Eaton is going to visit his young pitcher on the mound. What a strong start for Muir, but it's in danger of crumbling to bits.
And this is what happened in the second inning as well. He started out, got 2 outs, and then from there he put some runners on the bases. He put a runner in scoring position, and then he ended the inning. Right now, pretty much the same thing. He started out the inning with a strike and gave up a hit, and then worked into a second out, and then from there he loaded the bases. So let's see if he can do the same thing that he did in the second inning and escape this jam.
Yeah, 4 walks so far, not a good total, but only 1 hit given up. That is a good total. Muir's still out there on the mound as Eaton gives him some words of encouragement. Can he escape the jam just like he did in the second? That last inning, he struck out Ryan Gabbianelli to end it. We'll see what he can do against Manny Castro, who popped out right back to Muir back in the second inning. And that gets past the catcher. That's a run scoring for the Pioneers as Tyson Gingrich scores from third on the wild pitch.
Unlucky for the Doubledays that they just gave up a run there, and that puts the Pioneers in the lead. So the Pioneers have done a great job, I mean, so far, where they load the bases and they score a run, something the Doubledays didn't do last half inning.
Now it's a 1-0 count to Castro, who's very content with waiting for Muir to throw a strike. Quick 2-0 count.
Had a 3-run home run against the Niagara Falls Americans last Sunday.
Castro, the shortstop, he's waiting, and that's 3 consecutive outside pitches for Muir. Nothing too close to the strike zone. He seems to be losing steam as he just hit 60 pitches.
So important here, especially when you're still just 1 out of it.
Can he refine his fastball? He does there. There's strike 1, 83 miles per hour. Seems like he slowed up a little bit. Just made sure the ball crossed home plate. Now a 3-1. Castro a little bit more primed and ready. He swings at that and whiffs. Good pitch there by Muir. He can tell Castro wanted to swing, gave him a pitch that Castro wouldn't be able to hit.
I'm fully expecting a fastball here from Muir. He just got one right past.
The full count. A walk only loads the bases, doesn't score anyone. The payoff. It's swung on and fouled off. This doesn't have huge implications because Castro, again, would just walk over to first, but to get out of the inning here would be huge. You've already given up 1 run. Can the bleeding stop there? The 3-2 hit into left field. That's being tracked down by Ethan Smith, and it is caught to end the top of the third. The Auburn Doubledays trail 1-0 to the Elmira Pioneers. See how they answer back at the bottom of the third when we return on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We just finished up a fly ball challenge over in front of the Doubledays dugout. Now, that brings us to the bottom half of the third inning. Ethan Smith leading off for the Doubledays as Auburn now trails to the Elmira Pioneers by just 1 run.
Ethan Smith is somebody who already got on first base tonight. I mean, it was due to a fielder's choice, but he still got on. He then got out trying to advance to second. He's going to try to kick things going for the Doubledays, down 1.
0 for 1 on the day, and he lets the first pitch fall in the dirt. That actually gets past Ryan Jones, the catcher, for ball 1. Hayes, probably half of what we've seen from Muir in terms of total pitches thrown. He's having a much more efficient night so far, although it has been rocky. 5 base runners left stranded for the Doubledays. Hayes has gotten into trouble, but he's escaped the jams every single time.
By way of Riverside, Illinois.
Brendan Smith stepping back in.
And here's Hayes looking at a 1-1 count. Delivers that one.
That swing got hit over to the third baseman. Dabinelli tosses it back over to Dubek at first. There's the first out of the third inning.
And Gabinelli did such a great job fielding that. He got it just in time. He had enough to shuffle twice to make a bullet to first base. So great play there by the third baseman in the hot corner.
Yeah, definitely a great play. Really had the seamless transition to his throwing hand. Now it's Teddy Monahan up to bat. Monahan, similar to Smith, got on via fielder's choice back in the first inning. As there's an 0-1 count.
So it's going to be an 0-1 count coming in here for Teddy Monahan.
Monahan steps back in.
Comes in, he got on Brian Fielder's choice that was moved over towards third.
Monahan not going there, makes it a 1-1 count.
Both pitchers today with
All right, Evan, you mentioned it earlier today. He's someone who is very consistent at the plate, someone the Doubledays always want to rely on, and seemingly plays better with runners in scoring position.
Back there, it's Crown.
Yeah, Monahan is just one of the best hitters on the Doubledays this season, and he pretty much does it all for them. And right now, down 1-2. Let's see what he does here to either choke up on the bat and try to hit one, or try to somehow work himself back into a walk, but we'll see right here as he calls timeout.
Yeah, Monahan calls time. I'd like to say hi to our friends in Jamestown who are currently watching the stream. It looks like that they're out in the YouTube streams chat. So, 1-2 count.
For the hand played in Teddy Monahan. Auburn Doubledays.
With 2 strikes, Monahan goes down swinging. That's the second punch out of the day for Brendan Hayes. Now it's Justin Batts up to bat. He already has a single today. We'll see if he can add on to it.
Single ball game. That was one that hit over the glove. Ready to bat. And he gets ready to go.
Batts' single came back in the first. That put Teddy Monahan over to third. That was a little blooper over the head of the first baseman out into right field. First pitch to Batts falls in for a strike.
Goes for a strike there.
Doubledays are taking a lot of opening pitches here in this contest with Elmira.
Elmira Pioneers and the Auburn Doubledays here today. That one's too high.
Fastball misses upstairs, 87 miles per hour.
Auburn coming up next Sunday. That is in Auburn as well. We're supposed to have one yesterday, however that ended up getting postponed.
Auburn's trying to break a losing streak here. They've lost their last 3, technically 4, if you look at their exhibition games, but in terms of what actually counts to their PGCBL record, their last 3. A double under with Jamestown, and Evan, there was a tough one earlier this week against Olean.
That was a tough game to watch. As the Doubledays gave up 10 runs in 1/2 inning. I mean, obviously, you know, we saw some position changes out there. You know, some people who don't normally pitch for the Auburn Doubledays. And Burt Maxim, I believe, went into pitch as well in that game. But still a game that the Doubledays just could not score runs in at all.
Well, Justin Batts gives the Pioneers a taste of their own medicine. He walks over to first base as Brendan Hayes gives up just his second walk of the day. Now it's up to Flynn Shoup to avoid ending a second inning through 3 here. in this PGCBL class. Shoot with Justin Batts on first. He hit into a fielder's choice to end the first.
But still in a very manageable situation.
To that comes Flynn Shoot. Rounded on his last time up, but that was one that was hit over.
The 0-0 count. Hit into center field, but it's probably too high. Gingrich and Baker getting underneath it. Baker comes down with the catch. 3 quick outs for Brendan Hayes through 4 batters. We'll be back in the 4th inning with more baseball action coming your way on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Back here, top of the 4th inning. Zach Muir tried to bounce back from giving up 1 run in the 3rd. Muir with the first pitch against Brandon Duback falls in for strike 1.
Here's Duback, who's somebody who flew out in the second to right field to Ambrosio, who's trying to get his first hit on the night against a tough pitcher in Muir.
Muir's look good all day. Again, you look at the strikeouts. 5 total strikeouts. Great total. The issue, walks. 4 walks, not sustainable for the Doubledays. We'll see if he's able to tighten up a little bit. As there's a swing and a whiff by Duback. It's an 0-2 count. Muir's gotten his fair share of these. Now it's just about finishing them off, something he struggled with in the 3rd.
Tomorrow, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Night at Dunn Field against the Batavia Muck Dogs.
The 0-2 just misses the zone. That was a 76 mile per hour beautiful breaking ball. Slipped just below the zone. ABS might have fooled that it crossed the plate in time, but there's a high and away fastball that evens this count up at 2-2.
Yeah, I thought that one definitely was way too close to call, but unfortunately it's now full count to Duback.
It's a full count, and that is fouled off.
Duback looking to stay alive with the swing. That one looked like it would have gone.
Duback somehow stays alive, and now it's up to the batter, who's 253 on the campaign, but slugging 349. We'll see if he can show off some of that power. He's had a home run this season. Instead, a little dribbler that's barely foul, as we see the 3rd baseman in Miles Fontaine gather it, toss it back in over to the infield.
Right now, with full count, if he wants this ball 4 go past, that will continue into 7 games.
And I can tell you, he's probably going to get another off-speed pitcher.
Duback 5 doubles, 1 home run on the season. He's also drawn 14 walks. He hits that over into right field, but that'll drop foul again.
An absolute smoker there.
Bouncing off over near the opposing clubhouse.
So you're trying to speed him up there after you probably set him up for an off-speed pitch there.
Approaching the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
3-2. The
Full
pitch,
count.
that one hit
Fouled
hard.
off yet again into the exact same spot, seemingly. Yeah, pretty much deja vu. On to pitch number 9.
So far this season, that game at Dunfield, that was
Muir's count is being racked up. He'll be on 73 with this pitch right here.
the pitch, that one.
Payoff. Fouled off again.
That's right over the stance. Kids run
Back to back to back to back. Yeah. Certainly a long one, Evan.
Off speed, fastball, off speed, and D-back gets fouled all of them off. Your guess is as good as mine for what this next pitch from here is.
Duback stepping back in.
Number 9.
We'll see what Muir goes with. Payoff is upstairs. A 10-pitch walk for Brandon Duback, and Zach Muir doesn't get the momentum start he would have liked.
That's just a fantastic at-bat right there.
Here's Alex Davis, somebody who's already walked of Muir.
You surrender the leadoff
And
walk.
Muir's definitely going to want his revenge here with a runner on first and no one out.
Fantastic at-bat.
Yeah, right now the strikeouts matching the walks for Muir, as Davis thought about going, does not actually go. It's a 1-0 count.
So with a man on first, Alex Davis looks to move.
Davis
That one will be
doesn't go at that pitch just outside either. Alex Davis is out of Penn State Harrisburg, so not quite the Nittany Lions, but still a Penn State man himself.
Count now here for Davis.
The 2-0.
The throw, that one will go high.
And this is just upstairs. And this is where Muir is really in some trouble. In danger of getting into yet another jam. Can he control that fastball? The 3-0.
That one goes
Just in the bottom part of the zone. There's strike 1.
The only activity happening in the bullpen right now for Auburn is the players playing soccer over
78
there.
total pitches.
3-1.
As the pitch misses upstairs, Alex Davis walks Duback over to second.
And we don't really see anyone at the Doubledays pen warming up at all. So it looks like they're going to trust Muir, try and get out of this inning, unless he just completely implodes, and maybe they'll send someone out to stretch and start throwing, but right now I don't see anyone stretching or throwing.
Well, there's some soccer ball action out there. Maybe they're prepping for that World Cup game on Sunday.
Argentina or Spain? I know who I've got.
Spain, I think. I think their defense is too good. We're not going to see a repeat, even though Argentina's been a team of magic this entire postseason. What do you think, Evan?
I'm going to go with Argentina.
That's fair. But, I guess we'll see that proven in real time to us on Sunday, as all the fans at home, I'm sure, will choose this fantastic PGCBL clash with Auburn on Sunday as opposed to watching the World Cup final. Jack Aylward up to bat. He hasn't heard anything about the World Cup, as it's a 1-1 count. 2 runners on as that pitch misses outside.
Walked earlier in the ball game.
Jack Aylward walked back in the second, the last batter to get on before Ryan Gabbianelli struck out.
It feels like this might be the pitch here in a 2-1 count, which is a hitter's count.
The 2-1. It's swung on and missed. Aylward really went after that one. He was going to leave that ball and have it leave the park. Instead, he has to step back in. Gabbianelli, another player who was, Aylward, another player who was also homered this year. 2-2 count.
So 2-2 for Aylward.
Breaking ball misses upstairs.
Aylward ducks out of it. It will now be
This is dangerous for Muir. Approaching his 85th pitch. I don't know if he makes it past this half inning. Still has to get the first out of the fourth. The payoff.
Payoff pitch.
It's swung on and whiffed. That strikeout number 6 for Zach Muir. What a way to get back into this one.
Yeah, here's what scouts and coaches love to see is how can a pitcher down with their back against the wall come back and get out of a pressure situation. And right now, Muir's did a great job there, working one out with 2 runners on.
Now it's up to Muir to try to take down Ryan Gabbianelli, who struck out to get out of a jam already. Would go a long way to strike him out yet again. It's a 1-0 count.
That one looked like the triangle was something breaking. with some side action.
Davis on first, Duback on second.
1-0. The pitch, that one.
That misses inside.
So,
Muir starting to lose control yet again.
Let's see if he can get
That was a great at-bat against Ryan Jones. Now he just has to keep the ball rolling. You can't afford to take the foot off the gas. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channels. We hit 7:40 p.m. here on this fine Friday night.
3-0.
It's a 3-0 count. Can't have a 4-pitch walk. We'll see if he has the red light or the green light. Maybe it's just a yellow. Who knows?
See if it's double T for Ryan Gavianelli.
The 3-0 pitch. Swung on and whipped. He swung out of his shoes.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the pitch to swing at, especially like that. Ahead in the count 3-0. He just gave Muir a strike there, but nonetheless, if Muir can work a strikeout here, that'd be huge for him.
I understand he has the cushion, but swinging out of your shoes, I don't know how smart of a strategy that is. There's a little hit over to the second baseman.
Wow.
What a snag by Flick Shoe.
He went up on a ladder to make that play.
Jordan right there. Jumped up, snagged it with his legs wide open. What a play. That saved at least one run.
And he was able to hold onto the ball as it was falling out of his glove in air. I mean, if Muir escapes this inning without giving up any runs, first off, he did a great job of getting the strikeout against Aylward, but he might have to go over and buy Shoop dinner tonight. Thanks to that phenomenal play.
Don't worry, Evan's also going to buy me dinner tonight, too. Is it an 0-0 count?
No, I'm
Fouled
not.
off? Oh, come on, Evan. Don't get cheap on me now. Don't worry, we'll just get
Food
the
for free, Ryan.
free concession stands burger. All I want is for you to grab that from me.
All right,
Come on, don't get greedy,
maybe
Evan.
I will.
There's the 0-1 count. Muir now over 90 pitches on the day. Luckily, he's a young arm, hasn't pitched much for the Doubledays this season, so has some gas in the tank. Breaking ball misses upstairs.
You know, I did a half inning in a Boston accent. What do you want to do? Are you going to do a half inning of an impression, or are you going to do a half inning of
Well, I feel like
an accent?
it's got to come up naturally. Like, you don't have to.
Half inning of
Plan it
Mickey
out.
Mouse? Go.
Okay, well, let's not get carried away here. It's got to be more natural, more smooth flowing. As it's a 1-1, swung on and whiffed. Muir was in so much danger. 2 runners on, no outs, and a full count. Now he's 1 strike away from escaping it.
This would be huge if you were able to get out of this inning without giving up any runs.
Jones already struck out once today, doesn't strike out now. It's hit into center field. 2 converging on it, and it's actually the shortstop, Connor Rumpf, grabbing it, and it drops. That's an error as Connor Rumpf can't gather that play out in center field.
Oh no, just unlucky for Connor Rumpf. Looked like he was going to be the hero and make a phenomenal play to get out of it, and right now he's beating himself up over that. I mean, just unlucky. It was a phenomenal effort, but unfortunately it scores another run here for the Pioneers, and it keeps the inning alive with 2 outs.
So now Zach Muir has given up 2 runs today. Only 1 is an earned run, though, as that was an unearned run credited to Zach Muir. There's a strike 1 to Tyson Gingrich, who scored for the Pioneers earlier today. Scoring there from second was Brandon Duback off of the error by Rumpf. Now it's Jones on first, Davis on second. A wild pitch, not even close to the catcher, Jake Bentavenga. And both runners advance by a base. 90 feet closer for each of them.
Yeah, clearly just going for an off-speed pitch, but never had a great feel for the pitch. Only throwing at 79 miles an hour. We've seen him here working into the 80s today. But that one just...
The 1-1 count. Still going against the lefty batter here. Gingrich has picked up the only hit of the day for the Pioneers so far. Can't go after that pitch outside. There's ball 2.
So the second run here, the Pioneers have scored will not go earned.
Similarly to what we've seen earlier this game, this at-bat not as important if you walk him because it just loads the bases. But again, that brings up Manny Estley, and that is a wild pitch, and that scores another run. The second run today to score off a wild pitch. We've got a 3-0 contest. The Doubledays losing to the 4th-ranked Pioneers.
And this is not good. This is where Muir was looking like he was going to escape the inning and get out of a pressure situation. Instead, he just gave up a run himself there by throwing back-to-back wild pitches to score a run. I mean, it looks like going out there is Bentavega to try to calm him down. But for right now, 2 runs have come in the top of the 4th for the Pioneers. Clearly, they do a great job of getting out of pressure situations.
Muir was so close to getting out of it. And now it's a 3-1 count with a runner on 3rd. It's Ryan Jones over at 3rd. And you have to feel a little bit bad for Muir. He's had an up and down outing, some really high highs, some slightly low lows. But he almost got out of it when Connor Rumpf had that pop out in his glove and just dropped to the ground.
Yeah, Muir really did a great job up into the wild pitches. I mean, he got unlucky definitely with the error, but right now he has a chance to get out of this one with a strike.
The payoff in the 3-0 contest. It's swung on and whiffed. He strikes out Tyson Gingrich. Zach Muir, 7 strikeouts, but 3 runs given up, just 1 earned as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning to see if the Auburn Doubledays can bridge the gap. Bottom 4 here at Falcon Park. Ryan Alongside Evan Caruccio on the call. Elmira leads the Doubledays 3-0 after a 2-run 4th. Both runs unearned. Now it's Braden Michelson up to bat as Auburn tries to respond. Michelson singled back in the 2nd. That was actually the leadoff batter in that inning. He's the leadoff batter again.
Coincide for a ball here.
First pitch was taken for a ball.
It seems like he has such a good ability to pitch with a lead. A lot of times it seems like you see pitchers
that pitch inside, but in the strike zone.
They're more risky with the idea being you can get anything past these guys, but the reality is that's not normally the case. But Hayes does a good job to stay focused.
Evan, we saw about an inning ago, the kids run the bases with the mascot. Do you think you're outrunning the mascot, and do you think you're outrunning the fastest kid here? Actually, answer that as that's hit up the gut in a second single for Braden Michelson. It gets past the shortstop, Manny Castro. Michelson 2 for 2 on the day.
And he's done a great job of placing the ball in locations where fielders weren't. And to answer your question, I think I'm losing to the mascot.
I think you're losing to the mascot.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair, Abner invented the sport of baseball. He knows how to run the bases better than anyone.
But in the fourth, it's tied at
You're not
0.
beating Naismith in a shooting competition.
Well,
It's created basketball.
true, but if you use the Rick Barry style, you can beat him in a free throw shooting competition.
It's gonna go
As that's a wild pitch, gets past the catcher Ryan Jones. Braden Michelson takes second.
second made from the pitch ball. Cummings minus 1
Miles Fontaine now has a runner in scoring position to work with.
Fontaine grounded out to the pitcher in the second. And with the runner in scoring position, the single could score a run for the Double A's. And right now, they're down 3-0. They have yet to score a run in 3 complete innings.
They've gotten close though. They've put the pressure on Hayes. Now, Brendan Hayes forces Fontaine to foul that off. It's a 1-1 count.
Right on in. Found away.
Breaking ball that pressed up against Fontaine forced him to chop it off opposite. Fontaine will be followed up by Bentavanga, who struck out in his last time up.
He's set. Michelson over at second.
Fontaine right up against
that one.
home plate as strike 2 falls in.
Two-strike count.
The Falcon Faithful, not too thrilled with that pitch. The Double A's lead in the hit column 4-1, but that same 3-run advantage, the 3-hit advantage, they are down by 3 runs. The 1-2 count.
Michelson over at second. No outs.
Michelson bouncing around. That's hit high and hit foul over into right field over by the visiting bullpen. Fontaine still with 2 strikes on.
So now it's going to remain a 1-2 count.
1-2 count still. As Fontaine's trying to get on for the first time today. That last at bat, he grounded out back to the pitcher, Brendan Hayes. Hayes was going to go for the fielder's choice instead, turned it into a simple 1-3 putout. It's a 2-2 count for Fontaine as he's being patient here.
His curveball just not in the spot where he wants to throw it. Normally, whenever you throw a curveball, you want it to be low in the zone. If you want to miss with it, you want to miss it low. Don't want to miss it high.
The tall righty stepping back into the batter's box.
3-0 Pios lead right now.
2-2 hit right down the third base line, and that's an error by Ryan Gabbianelli as Michelson makes it over to third safely. Runners on the corners, and that's the first error of the day for the Pioneers.
Great job by Fontaine to not only get the pitch count up in the at-bat, wait for his pitch, but he blasted that one down third base. Gabbianelli really did not have a play. I mean, it hit his glove and ricocheted off, but it was a hard hit ball by Fontaine. Did a great job of staying alive with a 1-2 count for a majority of the at-bat.
We'll see what that's ruled. It might be ruled a hit, might be ruled an error. We'll have some conferencing up here in the press box between innings, but regardless, Fontaine on first, Michelson on third, with Jake Bentavanga up to bat. It's a 1-0 count. Hayes just threw his 60th pitch of the day. As we see Fontaine take off, he's got some speed, and he's thrown out at second. What a toss by Ryan Jones, and the Double A's not even able to convert as Michelson doesn't go. So that's just Fontaine thrown out, and there's the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I think I would have sent Michelson if I saw the throw immediately. But instead, Michelson doesn't go, so it's 3-0 with 1 out. And that was just a beautiful throw by Jones. He made that look easy behind the dish.
And that pitch is outside. Good stop there by Ryan Jones. Might have saved a run. It's a 2-1 count. On that pitch that ended with Jones throwing out Fontaine, it was also a strike. Good first strike for Hayes against Bentavanga as he shoots that into right field and into the bullpen.
So we'll now go to a 2-2 count.
Bentavanga down to his last strike, the 2-2 count.
Strike here. That would be probably the perfect opportunity for the Pioneers.
Michelson doesn't want to get stranded for the second time today.
And I feel like In this situation, Hayes is going to go into the off-speed.
The Doubledays have stranded 6 runners through 3 innings, trying to avoid a 7th.
Out towards right.
And the 7th who's only 90 feet away from home.
Another fastball here. I think he's going off.
2-2 count.
2-2 is cracked into left center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Gathered by Tyson Gingerich.
No move there by
Bentavega only manages to leg it into a single, but that's an RBI single that puts the Doubledays on the scoreboard. 3-1, Auburn a little bit closer.
Great job by Bentavega to work the pitch count at 10 and wait for his pitch and smoke it into left center field. 3-1. Pioneers lead this one. Doubledays hoping for an inning where they don't leave runners stranded and score runs.
The Doubledays now leading in the hits column 5-1, maybe 6-1, depending on how they rule that Fontaine hit down the third base line. As Connor Rump steps into the batter's box, he is 0 for 0 today as he got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. That was one where he had no chance of avoiding it, just had to take it right into the shoulder. That first pitch in this at-bat, he fouled it off. And there's strike 2. Hayes trying to get his revenge, and he's doing so quickly.
Hayes with a fastball there, able to break into the zone.
Right now, Bentavega on first. He's the only base runner on for the Doubledays. Rump would be the tying run as he takes his first ball. 67 pitches so far for Hayes. Evan, don't make a move then.
I won't.
Better not. That
I'm about to be 22.
Well, you're not too grown up yet. Don't worry. Just because you could go to a bar doesn't mean that you can't have some Gen Z humor. This is a 2-2 count.
Flag out towards the scoreboard over there, sitting very still.
Only 1 out on the board so far.
2-2, incoming around. Check down.
And look at Bentavega. He looks like he's ready to pounce down the line.
The breaking ball misses upstairs. You're right. Bentavega does look ready to take off, and now with the full count, he pretty much has the excuse to go whenever if he wants, although there's only 1 out on the board. 3 consecutive balls to Connor Rump makes it a full count after it was originally 0-2. Now the payoff pitch misses outside. Connor Rump, what a way to battle back in the count. Brendan Hayes walks his 3rd batter of the day, 3rd consecutive inning with a walk. The Doubledays have 2 runners on, and now there's a mound meeting, Evan.
Here's a chance for Ambrosio to be a hero and pick up an extra base hit and score a couple of runs. Ambrosio, like you said, he came into this game not batting close to 200, but he has a walk so far on the game, and he's already been on. So far this season, he came into this game, Steven Ambrosio did, batting 118. He has yet to pick up an extra base hit. If he does it here, it would be huge, not only for his confidence, but it would be huge for the Doubledays to try and tie this game here.
Yeah, when Ambrosio forced that walk in the second, that was one of the most confident at-bats I've seen from a Doubledays player all day. He didn't look panicked, didn't look rushed at any time, wasn't forcing his swings, and just letting Hayes miss the strike zone and taking what was given to him. So we'll see if the Twin can step in and do some damage here. 2 runners out. The first pitch falls in just 76 miles per hour. Ambrosio probably could have went there, but Hill ready for the second pitch.
I think it was probably just really need to get a ground ball with your obviously the 10 hitter at the plate, top of the order two up next.
Ambrosio still looking for his first extra base hit of the season.
Top of the order.
The 0-1. Same exact pitch, 76 again. Same type of curveball.
2 pitches following mound visit go for a strike, including that last curveball that just dropped on in there.
The 0-2. We'll see if Hayes gets back to the off speed. And it is. It's a little dribbler that's caught and flipped from Hayes over to Dubak. Both runners advance, though. Bentavenga to third, Rump to second.
You know what? It's a swinging bunt.
Yes.
Even Ambrosio, unlucky that he couldn't score any runs. Clearly was trying to get a hit, but advances both the runners. And with 2 outs, here's Madrid, who already has a hit on the game.
And he lined out to second in his last at-bat. If you remember that, when he lined out, he had the bases loaded. Similar situation, though. Rump on second, Bentavenga on third. He doesn't want to be the culprit for stranding batters yet again. And it was a good hit when he hit it over to Manny Esley at second. Just, unfortunately, couldn't get it high enough. This time he doesn't have the chance. It's right off the spine of Madrid. He's going to walk over to first. Hey, he's nowhere near the strike zone, near the front of Madrid's body.
And he looked like he's definitely in some pain and frustrated that he just got hit there.
Yeah, a little frustrated. Probably wanted the opportunity to knock in his teammates. Instead, it's Ethan Smith who has that same chance. Smith 0 for 2 on the day, has had the greatest efforts at the plate. Not that it hasn't worked good at bats, just hasn't been able to get the ball close to him play with 2 consecutive ground outs. The first pitch of the at-bat, outside corner, that's called strike 1.
Elmira Pioneers Broadcasting Network, Levante, alongside Evan Baird.
Bases loaded.
Set now.
Second time in the past 3 innings. That's it high. Over to Caleb Delaney, and Delaney comes down with it. The Double A's have now stranded 9 total batters through 4 innings. Their weakest the entire season, coming back in this late stretch game. We'll see how Zach Muir continues on the mound when we return here on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel. We're here in the 5th inning. Ryan Stern alongside Evan Carocchio. The Double A's got some back in the 4th, but it's still 3-1 in favor of Elmira as the first pitch for Zach Muir is nowhere near the zone. He's into the triple digits in terms of total pitches. That was 101 right there, and he might be gassed. He's only given up 1 hit still on the day, as Esley swings and misses. The leadoff batter struck out twice today. You can see why Thomas Eaton left Muir out on the mound, especially against Esley, who picked up a 2nd straight swinging strike. The 1-2 count. Going for strikeout, strikeout, strikeout against Esley. Can't get it on that pitch.
He's working on number 8 right here, and I think
Yeah, Auburn leads in the hits column at least 5-1, maybe 6-1. And now Esley's worked a full count.
Yeah, it's something they've done a lot this season is lead the hit count, but not able to score runs.
There's a little blooper hit over in foul territory over by the patio.
Off-speed pitches so far in this at bat. In fact, only off-speed pitches so far in this at bat. Esley yet
Muir
fastball here in this
looking against Esley. The payoff. Right down the gut. Esley thought he was able to advance to first, instead punched out for the third time today. Muir really has Esley's number.
Yeah, he's gone 0 for 3 off Muir tonight with 3 strikeouts. That was the first one looking. And Muir tonight, 8 strikeouts on the game. Wow.
It's been crazy for him as he forces Delaney to foul off that first pitch. It's been up and down, but the highs have been so bright. And you have to wonder if Muir's a key piece through this end of season run. He could be a valuable asset come playoff time.
100%. I mean, clearly his sidearm is tough to hit off of. The majority of the runs came from walks. They were just Muir exploding himself, but he's only given up 1 hit through 4 complete innings.
And I don't even know if you need to use him as a starting pitcher because the Double A's are deep pitcher this season with guys like Braylon Dominguez, William Ragland, William Baker. But if you have Muir coming out of the bullpen as a reliever, that's valuable. That's hit high. Rumpf getting underneath it. This time, gloving it safely with 2 hands. Coming down with the second out of the inning.
2 up, 2 retired. This could be huge for Muir to go up, 3 down without giving up any hits or runs here in the top of the 5th.
We know the pitch count's high, but yeah, getting through this 5th quickly, making sure that you have enough time to escape through here and leave anyone coming out of the bullpen with not having to go through as many arms. That would be big. 2 outs on the board. Brett Baker doesn't go at the first pitch. 4-1. Baker is 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. He's eventually stranded on the next batter, Manny Castro, who's on deck right now. Baker was walked in 5 pitches and is now went to a 2-1 count as Muir nearly missed the zone there. Instead, finds it for the 2-1.
Yeah, beautiful backdoor off-speed pitch there from Muir. Just nothing you can do about it if you're Brett Baker except take it and take your catch.
2-1 again. Baker is being patient, and it's paying off right now. Almost the exact mirror of what his approach was against Muir last time.
And he's sitting in the 3-1 count because of it. The throw.
3-1, it's hit high, popped up. Bentavega running underneath it and comes down with it for out 3. Bentavega can let his momentum take him into the dugout as the Double A's put the Pioneers down quickly at the top of the 5th. See if they can keep their offensive momentum going. When we return, stay tuned on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel.
top of that inning.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Auburn Doubledays up to bat after a quick 1-2-3 by the pitcher, Zach Muir for Auburn. Now it's Teddy Monahan, the star batter, kicking things off, bottom half of the 5th. Monahan, though, only 0 for 2 on the day, trying to turn his afternoon around. Thanks for sticking with us here on this beautiful Friday night. This guy is clearing up from the smog coming over from Canada. The 0-1 count to Teddy Monahan. Brendan Hayes still on the mound. Thanks for spending your time with us tonight. It's 8:09 right now, approaching 8:10. As we're going through a relatively solid game so far. We have gotten confirmation on that maybe hit by Miles Fontaine back in the 4th inning. It was officially ruled in the books as an error. So I was correct, was an error. So Auburn still leading in the count 1-1. That was a weird play by Brendan Hayes right there. The ball didn't leave the pitcher's mound. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It's a 2-1 count. As the umpire had to turn around to make sure the press box knew what was going on after that play. That was odd. Maybe Hayes was doing that to throw off Monahan. Looked like he was at accident, obviously, but that was a weird play. Monahan doesn't swing. He's got a 2-2 count. Hasn't moved that bat yet this at bat.
Excuse me. It's going to be changed there. I was looking back in the replay to see if I could find
The 2-2.
what happened there with me.
That's inside. Might have bounced off Monahan. It's ruled it does. Skids off his stomach.
Yeah, I'm trying to look back to see if I could tell.
That is the 3rd batter hit by Brendan Hayes today. Monahan takes first. Justin Batts, who's 1 for 1 with a walk. He's up to bat with Monahan over at first. Golden opportunity for Batts, who would be the tying run if he's able to put himself and Monahan all the way around.
Justin Matz, he's gotten on base twice today in the studio.
Pitch up high, out of Batts' strike zone.
It just jumped over the glove of the first baseman.
By the way, we got a special game here today. Stop DWI night here at Falcon Park. Pretty sure the Cayuga County Sheriff's Office is here, as well as the Cayuga County District Attorney. So, not only a fun night here at Falcon Park, but a special one as well. That certainly has some meaning. Definitely a powerful message. It's a 1-1 count after Batts fouled that last pitch off. He fouls yet another one off, this time closer to fair territory, still over to the bullpen. So 2 consecutive foul balls. I mean, Batts is in the hole right now.
He heard you when
Hayes up near 85 pitches.
sent that one in there, but now it's a 1-2 count incoming here.
The 1-2, Hayes looking for strikeout number 3, doesn't get it as that's up and inside.
Hayes right now is at
Hayes is at a surprisingly low strike count. Only 2 strikeouts today, and he leads the PGCBL in strikeouts. You don't expect to see numbers this low out of him. And the announcer six doesn't hit quite just yet, as Batts has worked his way back to a 3-2 count. Approaching pitch number 6 of the at-bat.
Creates that higher probability of scoring for the Doubledays with the gaps.
Monahan bouncing off first.
the pitch.
That is not swung on, and good decision by Justin Batts. He walks for the 2nd consecutive at-bat. Batts to first, Monahan to second. Flynn Shoup is 0 for 2 on the day. He could do some damage here. The Doubledays have been leading Elmira all day in the hits column. So far this inning, no hits, but they got runners at first and second with no outs.
Going straight on now. Gets ready to go.
This is where a lot of times we've seen the Doubledays go for the double steal. We've already seen Ryan Jones throw out a Doubledays stealer today as Shoup looked to lay out a bunt, and that's called strike one.
What's going on there against Shoup?
I will note that the Doubledays are second in the PGCBL in times being caught stealing this year, but third in total stolen bases. So some positives, some negatives. As Shoup look to lay down the bunt yet again, we got a 1-1 count.
Strike. Jones runs up with ball. 1-1.
Good stop by Ryan Jones to keep it in front of him as that one went into the dirt. Shoop had pulled back. 90th pitch for Hayes upcoming. Brandon Dubak at first, playing very close. So is the third baseman in Gabbianelli. There's a bunt right back towards the pitcher. The throw to third, not in time. There's a single for Flynn Shoop.
Transition over
And wow, it is ruled that it was in time. Wow, I did not think that the throw got there before Monahan did. It's ruled that it did. That was a close play over at third, but a great toss by Hayes. The instinctive throw over to third gets the lead runner out. Flynn Shoop hits into a fielder's choice. That puts Shoop on first and bats at second. It's Braden Michelson up to bat. He has 2 singles today. Upstairs, Michelson doesn't go. Michelson has been probably the hitter most successful against Hayes today. Maybe Justin Batts would like to argue with that take. But Michelson has certainly been very successful. Again, the pair of singles. And doesn't go at the breaking ball, just misses the zone. Gangsta's Paradise playing by Coolio, getting Michelson hyped up. He's waving that bat around. 2 runners on, 1 out on the board. The Doubledays fans getting loud, and there's strike one. Emphatic punch by the umpire. Michelson stepping back in. Again, with today's performance, he's probably going to get above the 300 mark and only wants to keep improving on that total.
We found more command, more trust in his fastball in these circle counts here.
Auburn scored in the 4th, but we've still seen them strand 9 batters through the first 4 innings. They've got 2 on right now. Don't want to do the same. The 2-2 count. Esley ready at second, and that's swung on and whipped. Michelson goes down for strike 3, the 3rd strikeout of the day for Brendan Hayes. Michelson does advance to first for the first time today. The Doubledays have left Georgia stranded every inning so far. This might continue the trend. Miles Fontaine 0 for 2, but he got on base last time. It was an error by the 3rd baseman, Ryan Gabbianelli.
1 for 2 in ball game. He got caught.
It was a close play because Fontaine certainly had great contact, but Gabbianelli just wasn't able to catch up to it with how fast it was. However, still should have made the play, so it was ruled an error.
Ready now.
The 1-0 count.
The man Clayton Fontaine. He's going to the rubber. Castro playing about
2 runners on. That swung on and whiffed.
His fastball was very lively, about 86 miles an hour. Even progressed, he has certainly not lost taking the velocity category. Right now.
Like I said, 2 outs on the board. Also, apologies for the scoreboard. We're working on getting the graphic fixed. Still got the numbers up for you, though, as Fontaine takes a step out. He resets. Now he's back and tapping that white helmet. The Doubledays donning the all-white today. The 1-1. Fontaine swings after it, fouls it off to the right.
It's off the clubhouse for the opposing side. And it will be now.
Hayes nearing triple digits of his own in terms of total pitches thrown on the day. As we're 4 2/3 innings into this beautiful Friday night. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Evan Carocchio will be back with us in just a moment.
2 outs. Hayes.
The 1-2 count. Hayes trying to escape and doesn't yet. That was close. Fontaine didn't go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. All the 2s on the board.
thrown off by that pitch.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It would potentially mean
Both Fontaine and Hayes are taking their time, not eager to continue this at bat.
Coming now. Here.
Fontaine bouncing around a little bit. Hayes, ready.
Set now. Ready
Set.
to deliver.
The throw.
2-2, the
In.
pitch, that one.
Inside. Did it get off him? Yes, it does. Fontaine makes it 4 hit batters on the day for Hayes.
That's going to be number 4.
Great job from Fontaine to stay in there, take the ball off of his arm, it looked like. That loads the bases yet again. Jake Bentavenga got a single his last time up. That was a shot right up the gut. And got past the Pioneers infield. Now he's got the bases loaded. 2 outs on the board. The Double A's have had issues leaving people out. They can't afford to do it here. This is their best opportunity of the game. The tying run is on second. The leading run is on first. Anything after that is just an added bonus. You have to get at least 1 run here. First pitch is hit high. Brett Baker tries to get to it. Instead, it's the second baseman. Manny Esley gets underneath it. A fly out to the second baseman. The Double A's strand 12 through 5 innings. Craziness here at Falcon Park. We'll be right back on the Auburn Double A's YouTube channel.
Welcome into the top of the 6th inning. Still out there on the mound for the Auburn Double A's is Zach Muir. He faces off against Manny Castro, who was 0 for 2 off of him tonight with 2 flyouts, 1 right back to the pitcher and 1 to left field to the glove of Ethan Smith. It's 3-1 if you're just joining us. I'm Evan Ferrocchio, joined alongside tonight by Ryan Story. It has been a pitcher's duel so far through 5. And in the 4th inning, 2 runs came in for the Pioneers, and then also in the bottom of the 4th, 1 run came in for the Double A's. Double A's had 6 hits on the game compared to the 1 hit that the Pioneers have. Correction, 5 hits. And that is a 3-0 that finds the zone to Castro, making it a 3-1 count.
You are now over 120 pitches, but it's the swinging K there.
It's a full count now.
And on the night, Ewer has 8 strikeouts on the game. Looking for another one here. The payoff pitch, that misses outside for a ball, and Castro works a walk for the first base runner on for the Pioneers here in the top of the sixth.
We were in a great fifth inning, don't get me wrong, 1, 2, 3. But prior to that, the second, third, fourth, 3 straight innings with at least 2 walks in each of them. Now you put a 7th walk of the game here to kick off the 6th inning. Frankly, I'm shocked he's still in the game at over 120 pitches. On the other side, Brendan Hayes just at 100, and I'm pretty sure he's done for the day.
Yeah, both pitchers went just about as far as both teams needed them to go, very deep into the game. Obviously didn't throw a complete game by any means, but still went about 6 innings. That's great. And right now, here's Brandon Dubek, who's 0 for 1. And there's a throw down the first at bats, but making his way to second, reading the throw beautifully was Manny Castro, who works a stolen base. Count is 1-1 to Brandon Dubek, who was 0 for 1 on the night with a flyout and a walk. He scored in the 4th, and what a read by Castro. He saw the throw down to first, ended up going to second. Bats didn't have a throw.
That one there, too, and that one's going to be fouled off there for a strike. So Castro is now in scoring position for the Pioneers.
Count is 1-2 to Dubek as he fouls one off.
Let's try and go back to first. Most likely chance that he gets nailed out there.
Doubledays fans not really making some noise here in the top of the 6th, but their team down too. Muir comes set, kick steals. This one's chopped on third base line. Muir runs after it. I don't know if he'll have a play. Almost in time, but it threw bats off of first base. That will be an infield single for Brandon Dubek that extends Castro to third. There's a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Pioneers. Runners on the corners with no outs.
It's crazy that the 2 hits Muir has given up this game have both been in the infield. Nothing impressive. He's been tough to get good contact off of today.
And he hustled after that one, almost made the play. Instead, bats had to come off the bag. And here's Alex Davis. First pitch to him, misses for a ball upstairs. He's got 2 walks on the night. He advanced in the 4th thanks to a wild pitch and scored thanks to a wild pitch. The 1-0 he swings and misses on. Count is tied 1-1. And off of first base dancing around is Dubek. Keeping him close, however, is Bats. But Muir appears to be focused on Davis right now. Comes set, kicks and deals, and the curveball misses upstairs. Count is 2-1. Good stop by Bentavanga.
Did a good job getting up on that one and holding off.
Bentavanga showing his discipline at the plate there as that one came in about chest level, then went high. The 2-1. Had to move him off the plate. Count is 3-1, well inside.
Bentavanga has been good behind the plate today. I know there have been a few wild pitches. That hasn't been on Bentavanga. It's been on the young pitcher Muir. Despite how good he's been a little wild.
3-1. That misses outside, and that will load the bases again for the Pioneers. That's the 3rd time today the bases have been loaded.
Both teams have put pressure on these pitchers, as it looks like it might be the end of the day for Muir. But the difference has been Elmira a little bit better at scoring those runners on base.
Davis on first, Dubek on second, Castro on third. Head coach Thomas Seaton makes his way out to the mound. And it looks like he is making the call to the pen as the Doubledays players on the bench are going to go out there and greet Zach Muir. And the outfield will have a meeting in center field. And there's the call to the pen. We're going to step away for a brief moment as the new pitcher for the Doubledays warms up. It's 3-1, bases loaded. Tough scenes here at Falcon Park for the Doubledays. We'll be right back on the Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back for the top of the sixth at 3-1, bases loaded. Bit of a jam here for the Doubledays, and stepping up to the plate for the Pioneers is Jack Aylward, the designated hitter, who's 0 for 1 on the night. The new pitcher is Anthony Murrow, who we don't know much about, as this is his first appearance for the Auburn Doubledays here in mid-July. He comes into this one definitely with some pressure on his shoulders, as the first pitch of the season for Murrow misses for a ball, and we are underway after the pitching change.
This is a high leverage spot to put a new guy in. I know the Doubledays just got a new shipment of players. I say shipment, and they got about 3 or 4 new arms, and there's a big strike there by Murrow. But against another playoff contender in Elmira, his first appearance for the Doubledays, he better deliver.
He's working with a 1-1 count here to Aylward as his next pitch found the zone. All runners off their bases. Bats playing in, and so is Fontaine. Next pitch, breaking ball, finds the zone. Beautiful pitch there from Aylward, working with a 1-2 count. Coming set is Murrow. The 1-2. This one, cut on a miss, and what a way for Murrow to go out there and show the Doubledays faithful who he is as a pitcher. Pressure on his shoulders, works a strikeout in his first Doubledays pitching at bat.
Great way to start. Must-need strikeout for Murrow, who, with bases loaded, had no outs, gets a big first out right there.
And here comes Ryan Gabbianelli, who was 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout swinging in the second. Then the fourth, he flew out to Flynn Shoop at second base. Still bases loaded, the 0-0. Misses downstairs, spikes off the ground for ball 1. Beautiful stop by Bentavanga. It's been like a brick wall behind the dish tonight.
For Murrow, even if he lets these runners on score, they won't be credited to him. They will be credited to the starting pitcher in Zach Muir, who went 131 throws today and gave up 3 total runs. Only 1 of them earned, though. Could add on to that total if Morrow's not able to put together a stellar escape here.
And for Muir, it was obviously the walks that he struggled with tonight. Impressively, he only gave up 2 hits. This one, waved on. Swinging for the fences on that one was Gabbianelli. Couldn't get his timing on the curveball. Beautiful pitch again by Murrow. He's ahead in the count 1-2. Murrow set. Getting his signs from Bentavanga. He starts open. Finishes closed. The 1-2. Ooh, just missed. Doubledays fans thought that one was strike 3. Looked like it might have just missed downstairs and a tad bit inside. And makes the count tied at 2-2. Lights on. Time is 8:33 p.m. here at Falcon Park. Beautiful night for baseball. 2-2. Strike 3. Down looking goes Ryan Gabbianelli. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Doubledays relief pitcher Anthony Murrow, who is looking sensational in his pitching debut.
And what a beautiful throw there by Murrow. Getting Gabbianelli with the backwards K. It doesn't get any better than that. Now has the chance to effectively strike out the side and pull off the escape.
And here comes Ryan Jones, the catcher. He swings at the first pitch he sees. Shallow right field, and making the catch on the run is Flynn Shoop. And Anthony Murrow is going to hear it from the Doubledays faithful. Bases loaded jam. His back against the wall. Clean sheet for him. Back-to-back strikeouts, a flyout. No runs come in. 3-1 Pioneers. Doubledays have some life. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Doubledays try to tie this game or take the lead. The Doubledays love it from Murrow. We'll be right back on the Doubledays YouTube channel. Bottom of the sixth, it's 3-1. There's a new noodle out there on the mound for the Pioneers as Brendan Hayes' night is done. He went for 100 pitches in 5 innings. He only gave up 1 run, gave up 5 hits. I mean, he was sharp out there against the Doubledays. Quite a few strikeouts. And with the new noodle out there on the mound is number 87, Connor Monroe. He's going to face off against Connor Rumpf. First pitch to him is in there for a strike, and we are underway here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Monroe's out of Alfred State. Stands 5'9", 160. Just finished up his freshman season. He made 3 appearances for Alfred State, the righty pitcher.
This one's smack on the line, on the ground to Manny Castro. Throw to first is in time, says the field umpire. A 6-3 ground out for the first out here.
Usually a good sign of things that come every time you come out of the bullpen. You're just trying to report out being able to do that surrendering. The hard contact is that.
Good job for Monroe. First batter, not too phased. Now he has to go against Steven Ambrosio, who's 0 for 1 on the day.
Ambrosio walking, got left stranded in the second. First pitch to Ambrosio. It will, in fact, clip him. Ambrosio, obviously upset that one hit him. And he is going to take his base for the second time tonight.
Well, that was a common theme for Brendan Hayes, the starting pitcher, who plunked 4 Doubledays, including 2 in the 5th. Yeah, that's now a 5th Doubledays batter hit today.
The lineup will flip over for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Jaden Madrid, who's 1 for 2 with a single flyout and hit by pitch, and there's the toss over to first to try to pick off Ambrosio. It's not in time. Monroe working with 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 2nd. First pitch to Madrid is in there for a strike, and Ambrosio looked like he was going to steal. Instead, he stays on first. Was in a huge secondary lead.
Ambrosio has stolen 4 bags this season, has not gotten caught stealing once.
This one's popped up left field side. Shallow left field, running after it is Manny Castro, who makes the play for the 2nd out. Castro, here in the bottom of the 6th, has gotten 2 outs by himself. And with that, here comes Ethan Smith, who was 0 for 3 with a fielder's choice hit, then got out trying to make his way to second. Grounded out to the 3rd baseman, Gabbianelli, and then flew out to right field to the glove of Delaney. Working with 2 outs.
4th, the bases were loaded. He had a golden opportunity, he couldn't convert. Now here's a chance to redeem himself as the tying run at home.
Smith came into this one batting .400 on the season. He's due tonight, especially to get a rally going with 2 outs. Monroe comes set from the stretch. One's in there for a strike. Count is tied 1-1.
His first outing this year from the bullpen. Fort Monroe.
Doubledays fans, a few of them starting to clap. And there goes Ambrosio to second. And it looks like home plate umpire says that Smith swung on that one. No throw, however, by Ryan Jones. That will be a stolen base for Steven Ambrosio, who had a beautiful jump. And from the first pitch to Madrid and now to Smith, he looked like he was going to go right away. Count is 1-2 to Ethan Smith. The 1-2. This one's fouled off. Smith had to reach out of the box to try and connect with that one. Count is still 1-2 as he stays alive. And Monroe with a beautiful outing so far in his first inning of play. Doubledays fans still trying to clap, get the crowd and the Doubledays energized. Count is 1-2. Ambrosio off second. Monroe set. Gives Ambrosio a look. Kick steals. The 1-2. That's just misses.
And yeah, right now Ambrosio is still in scoring position. We've already talked about at length that the Doubledays have stranded 12 on through 5. The danger of making it 13 through 6. Again, you talk about guys in scoring position. Can't keep doing that.
And that's been the story of the season so far. Count is tied 2-2. Monroe kicks, steals the pitch. That misses for a ball. Good job there by Smith to watch that one go by. Count is now full, 3-2. It was 1-2 to Smith. He's worked himself back in the count.
Smith just has to be patient here. Teddy Monahan on deck, right behind him. Can play it safe.
Monroe got his sign from Jones, shook his head yes. The payoff pitch. This one's hit on the ground, almost clips Ambrosio. Collecting it against Castro from first. It's bobbled by Brandon Dubek, and Ambrosio stays at third. He was not sent home. That will be an error on the play, and Ethan Smith will reach first base safely and move Ambrosio to third. He easily could have scored.
Wow. That was tough, because Ambrosio didn't have all of his momentum going towards home. Might have gotten thrown out by Dubak, but oh wow. That puts runners on first and third after Castro and Dubak have a little bit of a miscommunication. It looks like I think the error was credited to the first baseman Dubak after he just couldn't gather that ball, but it did reach him.
So the Doubledays stay alive with 2 outs thanks to an error by the first baseman Dubak. And here comes Teddy Monahan. Definitely not someone you want to go up to the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners.
He's 0 for 2. He got hit in his last at-bat, but he was working a really nice at-bat to kick off the 5th inning.
He's due tonight as that one gets past the catcher Jones. Making his way home is Ambrosio throw not in time. Your score is 3-2 as the Doubledays score 1 here in the bottom of the 6th thanks to a wild pitch.
Yeah, a little bit of the taste of Elmira's own medicine, as we've already seen Elmira score that way twice today. Auburn gets their first off of a wild pitch, their second run of the day. Monroe gives up the run. It is ruled an unearned run after Dubak's error, but they still have a runner in scoring position after that.
Count is 1-1 to Monahan. Off of second is Smith. Did a great job of reading the wild pitch, the 1-1. That's in there for a strike to Monahan. He's down the count 1-2. He's already struck out once tonight. Got on in the first thanks to a fielder's choice. And like you said, Brian, he was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Counts 1-2. Doubledays fans back in this. Down by 1 run. Smith off second. The pitch. That misses for a ball downstairs. Count is 2-2.
In a 2-strike count, but you also find yourself in a situation where if you get a pitch that should catch a little more of the zone.
Monahan needs to be a little protective here of the base of the strike zone. He's letting a lot go today.
Pitch for Monroe. Misses for a ball. Count is full 3-2. Beautiful stop by the catcher Jones as Smith was not able to advance. And just like that, the count was 1-2. It is now 3-2.
The tying run in scoring position here for Monahan. Can he do it?
Smith has the attention of Monroe. He comes set. The payoff pitch. That's in there for strike 3. No swing by Teddy Monahan. The crowd cannot believe it. That's the second time Monahan has struck out tonight. The Doubledays had something going with 2 outs, but Monroe does it himself. They score 1 thanks to a wild pitch. It's 3-2 Pioneers. We'll be back for the top of the 7th on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel.
is going to be Tyson
Top 7,
Gingrich.
Doubleday score 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Still out there on the mound is Murrow. And he's going to face off against Tyson Gingrich, who's 1 for 2 on the night. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. And we are underway here at the top of the 7th.
And Evan Beard, his first pitch goes for a strike there.
I liked the enactment of the YMCA we had between innings right there. The kids did a very nice job. I like the signs as well.
Yeah, he did a great job dancing, Ryan. I mean, it really got me in the
Oh
groove.
yeah, you got to see the press box when the music gets going. Evan's always singing. I'm always dancing. It's a fun time up here.
It really is here at Falcon Park, and that's what really makes it feel like summer.
Yes.
You know, listening to music and enjoying a night baseball game.
Down low.
Yeah, the sun's just finally setting here at Falcon Park. You know, the sun's set a lot later now from now on. You know, daylight savings time has been set in full effect. So we're not going to be switching the clocks 2 times a year anymore.
Really?
Hey, you didn't see that law?
I did
Just
not
got passed
know.
this past week, yeah.
I did not know that.
No more switching the clocks around.
Well, who needs
2-2 count now.
top news network when you have Ryan Story giving you the news?
Well, it's about a week late in terms of news. You just got to be catching up, Evan. Come on.
I'm sorry.
You went to journalism school. You got to be.
I did.
You got to be watching on Syracuse.com.
That's on me.
Crossed over the 2-hour mark in this ball.
Whoa, that one gets away. Murrow there. Count is full to Tyson Gingrich, who hit for a single in the 3rd and scored. And then the 4th, he struck out swinging. Hasn't had an at-bat since the 4th inning.
Missed throwing an off-speed pitch and do something like that where the pitch sailed up to the backstop. That's not the second time it's at that it's done so.
Payoff pitch underway. Murrow already has 2 strikeouts on the game. What can you do? The pitch. This one's fouled off towards the Doubleday's dugout. Ricochets off the net above them, then goes into their dugout. So staying alive with a full count is Gingrich.
Yeah, Gingrich was really in a defensive mode there. Just trying to stay alive, now trying to win.
Payoff pitch. Jams him inside. It's fouled off yet again, and there's Michael Ambrogio going to collect it.
Trying to throw an off.
Morrow's really pressing up against Gingrich, trying to get him uncomfortable. This would be a great spot to try to capitalize with maybe a quick fastball on the outside.
3-2 count incoming.
The payoff pitch
Pitch, that one. Low.
just misses low for ball 4. Gingrich survives the at-bat and works a walk.
Staying in there with the 2 foul balls.
With that, the lineup will flip over, and here's Manny Esley, 0 for 3 on the night with 3 strikeouts.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him lay down a
Zach Mueller had his number, had full control in every at-bat against Esley. Now we'll see if the second baseman can recover against the new pitcher.
Wouldn't be too shocked if that's it.
Struck out swinging in the 1st, 3rd, backwards K in the 5th. Had an at-bat in every inning, and pretty much having his number tonight was Zach Mueller.
Now it looks like Esley's having a conversation. Weird delay here, as he was conversing with the home plate umpire.
1 strikeout away from a golden sombrero, which is definitely something a batter fears going into a game, is getting a golden sombrero. If you're not sure what that is, that's 4 strikeouts on a game.
Never heard of that one before, Evan.
You've never heard of the golden sombrero?
No, I can't say I have.
You can't relate back to your Little League days and remember you doing that?
Whoa, that is aggressive and heinous. I wouldn't strike out. I would just ground out for that. All right.
Honestly, it's the best policy, Ryan.
Fair enough. I had to stop playing baseball in 7th grade. I didn't have the hitting chops, but you can find me on the football field if you want to see some pure athleticism.
Kicker, right?
No, long snapper.
Oh, wow.
Long snapper. And defensive lineman. Give me some credit.
You could definitely take me in Oklahoma drills then.
Oh, certainly.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can get the whole press box. Let's get it up here. We got a pretty narrow hallway right here. Perfect for the Oklahomas.
Count is 1-0 to Esley. Still off of first is Gingrich. Laying down a bunt but pulling back is Esley. He is ahead in the count 2-0.
Yeah, Esley hasn't been the best batter this season, batting 158, but he's generally not a strikeout risk. Only 10 strikeouts on the season prior to today. Now that's up to 13. Great bunt.
Lays on the bunt, Bats collects it, throws it the first in time. Great cover by Flynn Shoup. And getting out on a ground out is Manny Esley as a sacrifice bunt to move around Tyson Gingrich, and it worked because he's on second. Esley out trying to go to first. There's one out here in the top of the seventh with a runner in scoring position for the Pioneers.
And a sacrifice bunt puts the runner in scoring position now. Let's see if Caleb Delaney, the man who is batting 500 on the campaign, if he can get his first hit of the day.
Here's Caleb Delaney, who's 0 for 2. And there's a throw down to second by Bentavanga.
He had the time, if it was a little more accurate, could have gotten Gingrich out.
And Gingrich caught sleeping on the base paths. Almost got picked off. It popped in front of Connor Rump, who didn't have enough time to make the tag.
I believe Delaney has picked up a hit in 8 straight games.
And there's a bunt by Delaney. And it goes foul. Count is tied 1-1.
I know Delaney is really quick. He's got a lot of speed, but I don't really know if I agree with the bunt here. He's such a consistent hitter. I don't see why they don't just have him swing away.
He lays down a bunt again, connects with it, and it looks like the Doubledays are trying to argue that it was a foul ball, and it looks like the field umpire might be calling it a foul ball, but the home plate umpire didn't say anything. And there's head coach Thomas Eaton out there trying to talk it over with the home plate umpire. Doubledays didn't even react. They thought it was a foul ball right away. It dribbled right in front of Zach Mueller.
This is interesting. It seems like the Doubledays are, as a team, confused by what the umpires are trying to say here. But I don't see Delaney moving at all. Eaton's still going out there, though.
I'm confused what happened myself. It looked like the field umpire called it a foul ball, and the home plate umpire said a fair ball. But it looks like the field umpire is not sticking with his call, or maybe I read his signal wrong. But still on first base is Delaney. And if he is on first base safely, that would be a single for him. And get his first hit on the night with a bunt. And advancing to third would be Gingrich.
Yeah, so Delaney picks up a hit for the 9th straight game. I guess it makes sense. You know, you batted 500 on the year. Probably going to be a pretty consistent hitter. But that was a weird way to get that hit.
So I guess it looks like that was a single for Delaney on the bunt. And Gingrich must have advanced. Or maybe something else happened that we don't know about, like a balk or something that he advanced. But signals have been confusing. But nonetheless, Delaney's on first. Gingrich is on third. There's one out. And here's Brett Baker, who's 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. He walked and got left stranded in the third, and then the fifth, he flew out to the catcher, Bentavanga.
Yeah, Baker seemingly due here. Batting .388, slugging .541, and still hasn't got a hit yet today. Morrow needs to be safe here.
This one jams Brett Baker inside. He fouls it off.
So Delaney
count is 0-1.
Brett Baker trying to extend his hitting streak of his own. 13 right now in a row.
Baker steps back into the box, down 0-1.
Earlier.
Has a chance to score a run with a base hit. The pitch to him. There goes the runner to second. Throw down. It's cut off from Flynn Shoup, and it's a great job. As now in a pickle is Gingrich between third and advancing to third. There is Delaney, and tagged out should be Tyson Gingrich. Flynn Shoup did a phenomenal job on the trick play. He cut off the throw to second, and then like a deer in headlights was Gingrich trying to go home. He threw it to Bentavanga. Bentavanga did a great job throwing it to third base, and there's a tag out. And it looks like that will be Tyson Gingrich, who got tagged out, caught stealing. And Caleb Delaney picked up 2 stolen bases there. So he's on third. There are 2 outs. Count is 1-1 to Brett Baker.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant play by the Doubledays to just be ready for it. Bentavenga to shoot back to Bentavenga. Just very heads-up defense by Auburn.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a throwdown a second. Instead, it was cut off by Shoop. And Shoop, with his head on a swivel to home. And then from there, the tag out. Count is 3-1 as that one misses downstairs to Baker. If he gets on, it will be the same thing as what literally just happened a couple pitches ago. But instead, there will be 2 outs. On deck is Manny Castro. The 3-1. That's in there for a strike. Count is now full to the lefty, Brett Baker. Yet to pick up a hit in this one.
If Baker can get one into play, the lead will be running on home to score the run. However, once again, the factor getting it in play.
Huge pitch here. Baker's one of the best Elmira has to offer. Now a payoff.
On deck for the Pioneers.
The payoff pitch. In there for strike 3. Backwards K. Down looking. Goes Brett Baker. His second strikeout on the night. Murrow with another phenomenal outing. The Doubledays execute a phenomenal fake pickoff move. They get an out. And then from there, Murrow does it himself. The Pioneers leave runners stranded. Score is 3-2. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. It is the bottom of the 7th inning. Due up to the plate for the Auburn Doubledays is Justin Batts. He's batting 1,000 on the night with a single and 2 walks. Scott left him stranded on the base paths, and every single time that he has reached first base safely. Doubledays down by 1. They need a run to tie it here. Count is 1-0 to Batts. The pitch. That misses outside. Well past the catcher, Ryan Jones, for ball 2. Time is past 9 o'clock. It's 9:01 here at Falcon Park. Almost pitch black. It has been a warm 7-degree night. 70-degree night here at Falcon Park. Lights are on in full blast. Still out there on the mound for the Pioneers is Monroe, and it's a 2-1 count to Batts.
It'll be a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Batts has walked each of his last 2 at-bats, has reached base every single time he's been up today. He's been consistent.
A lot of times the leadoff base runner can lead to more success at the plate.
3 plate appearances so far today.
It's 2-1.
All of the times.
That misses for a ball inside. Count is 3-1. And clearly, Batts is having some phenomenal plate discipline in this game as he has walked twice. He's well ahead 3-1. Monroe comes set, kick steals to 3-1. This one's going to be hit in the right field and will bloop in front of Caleb Delaney. It's a fair ball. Bats is making his way to second as Delaney bobbled it. There's the throw. It's not in time. Justin Bats in scoring position for the Auburn Double Days. Early on here in the bottom of the seventh, he legs out a double.
Well, if I'm going to go with early MVP picks for this game, for Auburn, it's got to be Justin Bats. 2 for 2 on the day. That's the first extra base hit by any team today. Bats has been delivering. And now the tying run sits on second, 180 feet away.
Here's Flynn Shoup, who is due. Two fielders' choice and a fly out to center field to the glove of Baker in the third. That's already off of second. Doubledays fans are back to their normal selves. Hooting and hollering. Laying down a bunt is Shoup. He pops up right to the pitcher. Monroe, he barely had to come off the pitcher's mound to make that play. That's the first out. An unsuccessful bunt attempt by Flynn Shoup. He's clearly upset with himself, but there's nothing that he can do about that as Braden Michelson steps up to the plate.
Just unlucky. Good play design. The bunt is the right baseball move there. He's got a little bit too underneath it. The ball popped up. Nothing he can do.
Yeah, he definitely just got a tad bit too excited laying down a bunt. And I think he actually bunted a tad bit too late as well. Is that why it popped up? But still, a great play design. Here's Michelson with 2 singles and a strikeout on the game. First pitch to him misses for a ball.
It's going to be 1 out.
Not a bad first pitch there, obviously. Monroe's trying to get a ground ball if there's anything on the ground. More than likely, he keeps that run around second base. Goes to the off-speed to try and get him out front and get him the ball there. But I can take that.
1-0 to Michelson.
Michelson working with a 1-0 count. Bats off of second. The pitch. That's in there for a strike on a slider from Murrow there.
Pitch there from Monroe. That's again that front door sort of sweeper slider pitch that we've seen a lot. Obviously, we saw the starters from the team going to that pitch a lot, but now the bullpen going to it.
Murrow gives Bats a look off of second. The 1-1. This one's going to be hit in the shallow center field for a base hit. Justin Bats on his horses being held up at third. However, a single for Braden Michelson, who has 3 hits on the night.
Well, I had to say that Bats was the runaway MVP for the Double-A's. Michelson, he scored the first run of the day for Auburn. 3 hits. Yes, they've all been singles, but yes, they have all been valuable.
Here's Miles Fontaine, the third baseman tonight for the Doubledays. He is due. He grounded out in the second, hit for an error in the fourth, and got caught stealing. He was then hit by a pitch in the fifth. Runners on the corners, 1 out. I mean, you gotta love a close game. The intensity is high here at Falcon Park. The fans are back in it. They are stop clapping.
One down here, man on the
The pitch almost clips Fontaine, and don't forget, he was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Almost deja vu for him, and back-to-back at-bats.
Monroe to get the ground ball, especially avoid the fly ball.
Off of first is Michelson, keeping him close. Is Duback there? He goes to second. The throw down to second will not be in time. Great backup, however, by Manny Castro, the shortstop, as that one would have gone into center field. That stays put at third base. Advancing to second is Braden Michelson. 2 Doubledays runners are now in scoring position. Count is 2-0 to Fontaine.
That means the potential go-ahead runner stands on second. He's in scoring position.
county coming now.
Infield is in. Count is 2-0. Fontaine to do some damage with a base hit. Both runners off. The 2-0.
That one.
Look out, almost hits Fontaine. He had to shuffle out of the way. Count is 3-0. That one clocked in at 82 miles per hour. From Monroe.
All 4 infielders dangerously close to the green. They're playing up in case of a bunt. Less of a risk now.
Back in this one.
Monroe kick steals the 3-0. That's right down the middle for strike one of the at-bat. Clearly, Fontaine did not have the green light.
Yeah, he was held up there the entire way. Probably the smart move. Let Monroe throw it over the zone, but oof, he could have really went after that.
Count is 3-1. Infield still in. Monroe kick steals the pitch. That's in there for strike two. No swing again from Fontaine. And just like that, Monroe has worked himself back into the at-bat. Count is full. 1 out, 2 men on.
Who has an RBI single in this ball game.
This is Fontaine's chance to deliver. The full count.
Full count to Fontaine.
The payoff pitch on the way. This one shot on the ground. Hits the glove of the diving shortstop Castro. Throw to first is in time. And Manny Castro, that shortstop tonight, has been their MVP in the field. I mean, he has been sharp at the shortstop position. Backhanded that one on his knees. Gunned it to first for the second out. No runners advanced.
That was a beautifully played ball by Castro because he did it so cleanly that not only did Michelson and Batts know that they had to be frozen to their bags, but he also had no risk of not getting out Fontaine.
This one's hit in the air high to left field. Tyson Gingrich underneath it, and the Doubledays cannot score. They leave 2 men stranded here in the bottom of the 7th. The score is 3-2. Bentavenga just flew out for the third out. We'll be back for the top of the 8th as the Pioneers look to extend their lead. They'll be right back. Top of the 8th, Pioneers still lead by 1. Doubledays have left 15 runners stranded so far in this game. They are unable to capitalize with runners on the bases. Still out there on the mound for the Doubledays is Murrow, and he's going to face off against Manny Castro. First pitch to him here in the top of the 8th is a strike, and we are underway here in the second to last inning of play. Castro on the night 0 for 2. 2 flyouts, and he walked and advanced all the way to third, where he got left stranded in the sixth.
Now, he enters into this one. He's 4 for 2. He did get walked, and he is going over to third base. He had a stolen bag on a
The pitch.
back there.
That's in there for a strike. Count is 1-2. Murrow ahead. Murrow, 34 pitches on the game so far.
Try and get that strike 3.
He's looked good today.
1-2 is hitting the right field. Running in is Ambrosio. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Manny Castro picks up his first hit on the game here in the top of the eighth.
Pitch goes back inside from Murray.
Brandon Duback steps up to the plate now with no one out and one man on. He flew out in the second to Ambrosio and right, walked and scored in the fourth, and then picked up a single in the sixth and got left stranded. He has had that bet in every other inning. On deck after him is Alex Davis, the walk machine tonight. 3 walks on the game, and look out, that one almost clips Duback, and it gets past the glove of Jake Bentavanga. Advancing to second is Manny Castro. I believe it will be ruled as a pass ball.
It seems like every time he finds himself in a bat like this, he's able to at least
Be a wild pitch. As Castro's on second, a runner in scoring position for the Pioneers.
Work for it, and there's a real chance he'll get that runner another 90 feet.
Murrow gives the runner off of second a look. Kick steals that one in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. Duback, who we already said has been on first base safely 2 times tonight. Coming set is Murrow. Laying down a bunt is Duback, but he pulls back. Misses for a ball. Count is 2-1.
Duback's been vigilant ever since he flew out to right field back in the second. He's done a really good job of letting the pitches come to him. And we especially saw that when he worked a walk in the fourth inning and ended up later scoring after getting on base.
Murrow gives Castro a look. Kick steals. Laying down a bunt is Duback. Goes right back to the pitcher Murrow, who gloves it. Throw to first is in time. There's the first out. But advancing to third is Castro. So the sacrifice bunt is successful as there's a runner 90 feet away from scoring for the Pioneers here in the top of the eighth with 1 out.
Good bunt by Duback, also a great play by Murrow. And Murrow's got a great story. He's out of Trumansburg, where he led them to the state tournament for the first time this millennium. Their second state championship, second sectional championship since 2021. But there's a pass ball.
It's 4-2 in favor of the Pioneers.
Yeah, I think might be ruled a wild pitch, actually. As, wow, the third time today the Double Dives fall victim to that exact scoring method.
Yep, that one gets past the glove of Bentavanga. Stood him up on his feet, however. It's 4-2 Pioneers, as scoring is Manny Castro, and he got some high fives from his dugout. The Pioneers score another run, start to open up the lead, and Alex Davis is working with a 2-0 count, and tonight he has reached first base safely 3 times, 3 walks. The only time he scored, however, was in the fourth.
A must-win game for them, because right now
It looks like the home plate umpire is giving Jake Bentavanga a second,
Niagara were to win this one, they would be tied with the Pioneers.
as he appears to be a bit shaken up. Thomas Eaton, the head coach for the Doubledays, makes his way out there. Bentavanga appears to have either hold something or maybe knock the wind out of himself. The trainer for the Doubledays also headed out there as well. And Bentavanga tells both of them that he's okay. 2-0 to Davis.
He seems to be doing okay. That's always a good sign, especially Bentavanga's been banged up at times in this season, especially recently.
And just a few games ago, sliding into third, Bentavanga got hurt. He legged out a triple, legged out a double, then tried to advance to third, where he got out, and that one bounces to the ground for ball 4. And for the 4th time tonight, Alex Davis works a walk. I mean, he is allergic to striking out, flying out, or grounding out. Basically, he's a ball repellent tonight. 1 out. One man on for the Pioneers. Here's Jack Aylward, who was the first strikeout of the night for Murrow in the 6th.
We've seen them have some very explosive games at the plate.
The 0-0. This one's fouled off. First base side almost clips the Pioneers' first base coach. It's 0-1.
Aylward struck out each of his last 2 at-bats. Really wants to turn his night around. No better opportunity than right now.
Pioneers haven't even scored.
Aylward set in the box. Murrow set from the stretch. Got his signs from Bentavenga. Bentavenga up on his toes in case Davis were to steal, and that's a foul ball, dead ball, as it clips off of Aylward. Count 0-2.
Times he's gotten out have been by strikeout. So Murrow looks to try and punch him out here. Get the second out, go to the top half of the 8th. And get his bats closer to
Off of first is Davis.
Aylward due for another off-swing pitch, trying to double play.
This one misses upstairs. Good stop by Bentavenga immediately in the throw position on his toes in case Davis were to steal. Instead, Davis stays on first. It's 1-2 to Aylward.
Davis on first base. He was walked forwards for 4th time. The pitch to Aylward. That one.
This one swung on and missed. A strikeout for Murrow to pick up the second out. Aylward goes down swinging for the 3rd time tonight.
And we talked about how the starting pitcher and Zach Muir really was dominating Manny Esley. Seems like a similar dynamic between Anthony Murrow and Jack Aylward.
As you mentioned, but feels like he's been having too good of that.
But he struck out Ryan Gabbianelli too. We'll see if he has that same success right here.
For the first pitch.
Gabbianelli 0 for 3 on the night. Strikeout in the 2nd, fly out in the 4th, strikeout looking in the 6th. Like you said, Ryan, he was the 2nd strikeout on the game for Murrow. There's 2 outs, 1 man on for the Pioneers. They already have scored 1 here in the top of the 8th. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Count is 0-2 to Gabbianelli, the righty. The 2-strike, 2-out siren goes off here at Falcon Park.
Accounting for more than half of their outs.
Off first is Davis still, keeping him close as bats. The 0-2
Deal that one.
just misses downstairs for ball 1.
Bentavenga popped up like he had just caught the last strike of the inning, but we'll see if Murrow has one more in
Was
him.
the right call to take the pitch and pull the ball, however, still not home free yet.
So the count is 1-2. Staying alive is Gabbianelli.
Davis has his lead over at first.
The pitch.
Throw that one.
Good stop by Bentavenga as it was spiked in the ground. Count is tied 2-2.
2-2 counting coming forward. Gabbianelli looks to that one staying alive. Try and see if he can add some more runs on the board for the Pioneers. They've scored 1 in this inning. That was by Manny.
The 2-2 on the way. This one half swung on home plate. Umpire brings him up, says it's strike 3. Gabbianelli can't believe it. That's his 2nd time tonight going down looking. His 3rd strikeout on the game. Pioneers do score 1. However, it's 4-2, and the Doubledays are going to make their way to the bottom of the 8th, where they need 2 runs to tie it to go into the 9th. We'll be back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. It's the bottom of the 8th. Doubledays down 4-2. They need a couple runs to tie it and a few to put them in the lead. Here's Connor Rump. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and then grounded out against Connor Monroe.
Love the Elmira Pioneers.
In his first at bat in the 6th. So Monroe has his number as he was the first batter that he faced. The 0-0. Laying down a butt is Rugg. It's placed beautifully in front of Monroe. Can he make the play? He does, and there's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Not sure why Rump bunted, however, but maybe it was
perfect. He seemed to know exactly what he wanted to do. It just had a little bit too much strength. Not too much, but just a little too much. And Monroe was able to make the play over the first.
So there's a 1-3 put out. And here's William Ragland III. He is pinch batting for Steven Ambrosio, who Ambrosio tonight went 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd, got left stranded, grounded out to the pitcher in the 4th, and was hit by a pitch, picked up a stolen base, a wild pitch, and scored in the 6th.
2 outs here. The throw to
I don't know if I agree with this pinch hit decision. 9 times out of 10, yes, but Steven Ambrosio has looked really good at the plate today. Looks great in the outfield. And I just never got the impression that he was at all flustered or frazzled when he was batting today. And you look at it, he's gotten on base twice, scored his last time up.
Well, Ragland comes into this one batting .366, so that could be something.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not
That
saying
could be something. And I do agree with you. Ambrosio has been sharp tonight in the field, and right field he had a phenomenal play early on in the game. And at the plate, I mean, he only went 0 for 1. He walked and hit by a pitch and scored as this one's popped up, fouled off first base side. But William Ragland is just batting phenomenally on the season for the Doubledays with 15 hits, 7 RBIs, and a .366 batting average.
Yeah, and he's a singles machine. If you go to the vending machine, you're not going to be able to get a double or a triple, but you'll get a single every time. And guess what? You're dang happy with the single.
The 1-2 misses for ball 2. Count is now tied 2-2. Jada Madrid, the leadoff batter, on deck, collects it and gives it to the home plate umpire. So Ragland lives to see another pitch.
We're gonna have to try and find the zone here if he wants to get the trick out.
Top of the order up, 2 up next, and that's Jada Madrid. And it's Monroe. Forms his catcher and Jones.
Monroe ahead 2-2. Comes set. Kick steals. The pitch. This one's fouled off. First base side.
By Ragland.
Over the pen for the Pioneers.
Yeah, Ragland is doing what he can to stay fighting here at the plate.
Ragland just did what he could to stay alive, working with the 2-2 count.
He's definitely in the advantage here.
Ragland all over Monroe. Needs a base hit here. 2-2.
The pitch. That one outside.
Ragland half swung on. Field umpire says he did not go. Ragland looked like he thought he went and it was going to be rung up. Instead, he knew to also stay close to the plate and try and plead his case. So the count is full to Ragland, who lives to see another pitch. It was 1-2 to Ragland. It's now full.
Since that was a drop third strike, that would have been interesting if it was ruled that he swung. Instead, he gets the bat.
Payoff pitch misses for ball 4. Ragland works a walk. Great job by Ragland to get back into the at-bat.
Now one out. Madrid steps up here.
Madrid, Smith, Monahan up. This is where the top of the order needs to deliver. Got to be like the mailman. It's not a Sunday. You got to deliver.
That he tries to work with. And now on first.
Jaden Madrid steps up to this one. He is 1 for 3 with a single flyout, hit by pitch, and then a flyout to the shortstop, Castro. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Ragland on first. He's the only runner on for the Doubledays. Doubledays fans clapping, starting to make some noise. The pitch. This one's going to be hit in the right field for a base hit. Ragland making his way to third. The throw into third. Not in time. Madrid advances to second. 2 Doubledays runners in scoring position.
Great single there by Jaden Madrid. Yes, setting up the Doubledays perfectly. Advancing to second on the throw. couldn't have drawn it up any better myself. And now that's the tying run standing on second.
Doubledays fans making some noise here in the bottom of the 8th. A leading run at the plate, and Ethan Smith, who is yet to pick up a hit in this one. Fielder's choice in the first, ground out in the third, fly out to right field in the fourth, and then got on thanks to an error in the 6th. And it looks like there's a meeting on the pitcher's mound between the fielders for the Pioneers.
Yeah, this is the time for it. After that single given up by Monroe, he hasn't given up much in terms of hits today. So this is where you have to talk with your young pitcher and make sure that this high school veteran knows what he's doing in this high leverage moment.
And exactly like you said, Ryan, this is the order in the Doubledays lineup that you want due up, and clearly Jaden Madrid produced. Ethan Smith, still looking for his first hit. He's got something to prove here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, it hasn't been his night so far. This is where you can turn the perception around. He's been so valuable for the Doubledays this season as a key midseason addition. Now, deliver right here.
Ethan Smith being met with some chants from the Doubledays fans. The 0-0 from Monroe is fouled off, first base side. The young fans here at Falcon Park chasing after that one like it's a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow.
Well, leprechaun action? It's not March yet.
I just love March. I mean, March Madness, Shamrock Cakes, it's always on my mind.
Yeah, Shamrock Shakes are great. Very underrated. Anyone who says they're toothpaste is wrong.
Exactly. Counts 0-2 to Ethan Smith. Didn't swing at that one. Doubledays fans could not believe it. Smith, one swing of the bat. Could do some damage for the Doubledays and score a couple runs. On deck is Teddy Monahan. The 0-2, breaking ball. This one's fouled off. Doing a great job of staying alive is Smith with an 0-2 count.
0-2 remains. That pitch just a touch over 70 miles per hour.
Smith down to his last strike. He can't afford to strike out. Not with 2 runners in scoring position and first wide open.
0-2 count.
Counts 0-2 to Smith. Both runners off. Infield playing in on the grass in case he bunts. Monroe taking his time before this next pitch. The 0-2. This one swung on and foul tipped, says the home plate umpire. Smith doing a great job again of staying alive.
Wow, that was close. Smith just barely hanging on by a thread, but he's still good to go.
0-2 count still to Smith.
0 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Monroe comes set. The 0-2. Breaking ball just misses the zone. Count is 1-2.
Good pitch there from Monroe.
Way to take it for Smith. Not getting too defensive, playing smartly at the plate.
You don't have to swing at it if it's not in the zone. That will certainly be icing.
Smith steps up to the box, working with a 1-2 count and 1 out. Both runners off, infield still in. It's been a long at-bat. Smith has done a great job of staying alive. He deserves to be rewarded. The 1-2. This one swung on and missed. A foul tip into the glove of Ryan Jones. And there's the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. And here comes Teddy Monahan. Not having a great night at the plate. Started out the first, hit for a fielder's choice that got left stranded at third base. Struck out swinging in the third, then was plucked in the 5th and got out trying to advance the 3rd, and then a backwards K in the 6th.
Pioneers in Auburn.
This would be an excruciatingly bad turn of events if the Doubledays weren't able to get at least 1 run, if not 2 here.
Yo-O to Monahan. Misses for a ball, and Jones has been like a hockey goalie behind the dish tonight, stopping everything with his body.
More than likely going to score the run on third and run on second to advance on the third. So Jones, fantastic job to make sure he got some.
1-0 here.
Counts 1-0, 2 outs, 2 men on still for the Doubledays. They need to produce the pitch. This one's popped up high in the air. Underneath it is Manny Esley, makes the catch. And the Doubledays leave 2 runners stranded here in the bottom of the 8th, and that is the 17th runners stranded for the Doubledays here in this game. They need to produce in the bottom of the 9th. Right now, we're going to make our way to the top of the 9th, and still going out there on the mound is Murrow for the Doubledays. It's 4-2 Pioneers. We'll be back for the top of the 9th. Doubledays down by 2. Top 9, this is the last inning. The Doubledays they're stranded 17 runners so far tonight. That's been the story of the game. Have not been able to score with runners in scoring position. They're down by 2. Ryan Jones, the catcher, steps up to the plate. First pitch to him misses for a ball, and we are underway in the final inning of play here at Falcon Park. Jones struck out swinging in the 3rd, hit for an error, got left stranded in the 4th, and then flew out in the 6th. Next pitch is outside downstairs for ball 2.
Goes wide of the man behind the dish in Vega. So now we'll be 2.
Murrow still out there on the mound for the Auburn Doubledays.
Gets ready to go now. He steps back into the box. Auburn has just 3 outs to work with in the bottom half of
The 2-0.
would like to make
That misses for a ball. Count is 3-0.
So far today,
Don't like the start for Murrow. Jones has only gotten on base via an error this game. Outside of that, he hasn't been able to get on. Have to be more aggressive pitching to him.
The pitch, that one goes down low.
That misses for a ball. Jones wasn't even going to swing in case it was a strike. So he works a 4-pitch walk. And that puts the runner on first base here in the top of the 9th. And here comes Tyson Gingrich, who is 1 for 2 on the game so far. Hit for a single and scored in 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 4th, and then worked a walk in the 7th. The lefty working with 1 on and no one out. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. Much needed for Murrow's confidence after working a 4-pitch walk to Jones.
Yeah, especially for a young pitcher, he needed that right there.
Murrow comes set, working with a 0-1 count. The pitch, that's in there for a strike. Back-to-back strikes. No swing by Gingrich.
Falls to Batavia at Batavia, 3-2. Julian falls to 16 and 17.
Count is 0-2.
That makes this game so much more crucial for the Pioneers.
The pitch.
That one.
That gets by the catcher Bentavega, and making his way to second base is Ryan Jones on the wild pitch.
Third will not do so. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Yeah, Doubledays have really just struggled with that today. Not much you can say about it. It's been said before. Just can't be that wild. Have to rely. Bentevega's a good catcher. It's not on him. Just have to be a little more consistent with your pitches.
1-2 now.
The 1-2. This one's going to be popped up left field side. Chase Moore, who's the third baseman in place of Miles Fontaine, runs after it and cannot come up with it. Well out of play. So staying alive with a 1-2 count still is Tyson Gingrich.
To our knowledge, there were 2 changes in the field. We saw Chase Moore go to third for Fontaine, and Jaden Madrid, who was the extra hitter for most of tonight's contest, he's out in right field, replacing Steven Ambrosio.
Look out there. The 1-2 misses well upstairs. I mean, a ricochet at the middle of the backstop. Didn't even bounce off the ground at all. Hit straight off the backstop. Got past Bentavenga's glove as he jumped up and extended after it. Count is 2-2 to Gingrich. And not what you want if you're Murrow to put Gingrich back in the at-bat. This one's popped up left field side. Running in is Ethan Smith and Chase Moore, and it drops for a foul ball and kicks into the Doubledays bullpen. Staying alive with 2 strikes still is Tyson Gingrich.
Evan, to take us back 1 pitch, that was another ball not even thrown close to the plate. The Doubledays have let up 4 runs today. 3 of them have been via a wild pitch. But to be fair, the Doubledays have scored off a wild pitch, at least for one of their runs. But it's just, you're not going to win games, especially playoff caliber games, doing things like that.
Leadoff man got walked and Ryan Jones.
Count still 2-2. The pitch. This one's hit on the ground. Blindshoe collects it, throws it home. Not in time. That will be an RBI for Tyson Gingrich. Shoot. Tried to make the play at home. Could have made it at first. Instead, there's no outs. And the Pioneers score a run here in the top of the 9th. It's 5-2. They open this one up by 3.
Yeah, the fielder's choice, RBI. Gingrich did all he needed to do, shoot. That was 100% the correct play. Just couldn't get it in on time. And guess what? If you didn't have those 2 wild pitches, that might have been a double play, frankly.
Bunch going by Estley. He pulls back last second.
The lineup will flip over for the 3rd time tonight. For the 4th time tonight for the Pioneers. Manny Estley steps up to the plate. He has 3 strikeouts on the game and a sac bunt out. He lays down a bunt again, but pulls back. Count is 2-0 to him. No one out, runner on. 1 run has come in the 9th.
That last pitch, I believe, was 88 miles per hour. Some good speed, even though it just missed the zone.
He lays down a bunt again and pulls back. Count is 3-0. He's done a great job of pulling back on his bunt attempts. And playing in on the grass will be Chase Moore. Justin Batts on first, keeping Gingrich close. Counts 3-0. And showing a bunt again is Estley. He pulls back. That one's in there for a strike. Count is 3-1.
It's going to be a 3-1 count.
Pioneers definitely going to have some options here if Estley does get walked.
And now Murrow gets set on the right.
3-1. Estley lays on a bunt, connects. His right to the pitcher, Murrow. Throw to first is in time for the first out. Advancing the second is Gingrich. And the sacrifice bunt is successful as there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out for the Pioneers.
It's going to be Manny Estley.
Yeah, very successful sacrifice bunt. The 2nd straight time Estley's laid that down. He's having a solid game ever since Zach Muir came out.
Then ended up causing the whole field to freeze. He was able to get on to first and move Gingrich over to 3rd.
1 out, and here comes Caleb Delaney,
5-2 lead,
who is 1 for 3 on the night so far. First pitch to Delaney. He lays down a bunt, but pulls back. Count is 1-0. Pioneers really trying to work Gingrich into scoring position, and then going to try to hit him home instead of bunt him home. Delaney already showing a bunt.
Sign here. He squares down.
Look out, that one almost clips him. He had to pull back and move out of the way. Count is 2-0. And wow, it looks like they say that he did not pull back in time. And with that, that will be a strike. Count is tied 1-1. The crowd loved that call by the field umpire. Counts 1-1, the pitch. That is 2-1 as it misses downstairs.
In time.
And that's not to say that it was or wasn't pulled back. That's just to say the call was made roughly 5 seconds after play and then
Delaney still showing a bunt sign.
Coming now.
2-1. This one's going to be hit into right center field for a base hit. Being waved home is Tyson Gingrich. An RBI single for Caleb Delaney to make it 6-2 Pioneers with one out here at the top of the ninth.
2 for 4.
That's why Delaney should have been an all-star. He is so smart with how he approaches his at-bats. He's showing bunt the entire way, switched to doing a full swing, caught the double days completely off guard, and Elmira now leads by 4.
Great heads-up base running by Gingrich to score, and that's a beautifully placed hit by Delaney to open this one up even more here in the top of the ninth. Brett Baker steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and walking a flyout. Off of first is Delaney. The pitch. This one's hit right to bat to the first baseman. And it looks like it's called either a dead ball. As it hit off of Baker, that would have been an easy play for bats to turn 2 on as it was hit right to him. Could have stepped on first and then gone to second.
Run much down the line there.
So it looks like it will be called a dead ball. It's 1-1.
1-1 count now for Brett Baker.
Murrow approaching 75 pitches. So he's really getting up there.
This one roped in right field, gets past bats. Making his way to third is Caleb Delaney. No throw and bobbling it out in right field is Jaden Madrid. Tried to throw it, he dropped it. A single for Brett Baker. And on third base, 90 feet away from scoring is Caleb Delaney, who just had phenomenal heads-up base running.
Baker was due there. He's too good of a hitter to not get at least one in today's game. He gets his here in the ninth. The Double A's are really in danger of letting this game completely slip out of their grasp, and that's important. Olean did just lose earlier today to Batavia, so it's a little bit more caution for the Double A's. As there's a throw down to second.
Yikes, that one swung on a miss by Castro, and the Double A's try to execute another fake throw down attempt, shoot, got off of his glove, went a little wild on the throw by Bentavenga, and then it ricocheted off of the glove of Connor Rump, but it was able to stay in front of him. But there's 2 runners in scoring position for the Pioneers, and to Castro, that one misses for a ball. Count is tied 1-1 with 1 out and 2 men in scoring position.
But as I was saying, Auburn isn't going to catch Jamestown. They're 5.5 games back. But they're only 2.5 games ahead of Elmira. Auburn's 18-13, Elmira 16-16, and you get a full game when you lose to Elmira. So then you're only a game and a half ahead. You play Elmira tomorrow, and yeah, sure, that's just fighting for the 3 seed. But Olean's right behind Elmira, entered today, tied with them. Auburn has to be vigilant here. You can't afford to lose this game this easily.
And it looks like something happened to Murrow as he's being checked on by the home plate umpire, field umpire, and his infield.
2-1 count here.
He was on the ground, kind of wincing in pain, stretching it out. But he appears to be okay, and he is stepping onto the mound right now. Looks like he's going to throw a practice pitch to see if he's okay. And that one would have been a strike, so I believe he is okay. So Castro is working with a 2-1 count. Still with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out.
2 on incoming, 1 down.
The pitch.
That one.
That's in there for a strike. Corner of the plate, and count is tied 2-2.
Don't go there. It's going to be strike 2.
Yeah.
Would be a huge strikeout. We haven't seen him get one yet this inning, but he ended the 8th with back-to-back strikeouts.
This one's chopped on, hit right to the glove of Rump. He goes home, and the throw is offline. There's the throw to third. It is not in time. That's a RBI for Manny Castro, and the play by the shortstop Rump was not in time. It took Bentavenga off the plate. He could not make a tag, and then the throw from Bentavenga to third was also not in time. So the Pioneers score another. It's 7-2. They are hitting like crazy here at the top of the ninth, keeping the inning alive and adding on more insurance runs.
Yeah, that's ruled a fielder's choice as the runner takes off. Castro steals second without a contest. This is really getting out of hand. Connor Rump effectively committing an error there, even though it's not ruled as one, gives up a run and doesn't get the out.
Dubak.
Brandon Dubak up to the plate already. He has a hit and miss one, working with 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. Next pitch to him, misses for a ball. Good stop by Bentavanga. Count is tied 1-1.
More damage than you've already dealt. Great job to get the block there. Save another run.
Long ninth inning here. 3 runs scored, the highest scoring inning of the game so far.
That misses for a ball inside. Count is 2-1.
That one goes too far inside. It's going to be a 2-1 count.
It's crazy to think how the Doubledays were so close in the 8th inning to tying the game, and now it looks completely out of hand.
That one swung on there by
This one's fouled off, counts 2-2, and we've seen this before where it's a 2-2 count, but the Pioneers end up picking up a hit. Let's see if Murrow can work a strikeout here. No movement in the Doubledays pen.
Pioneer's been going on contact this entire inning. Have to imagine there's no exception here, even at high contact.
The pitch. This one's hit in a center field for a base hit. Gets past Rump. The throw into home is in time to get 1 runner. There's the second out, but that's a hit for Brandon Dubak that scored Brett Baker, and Castro's out on the beautiful throw from Teddy Monahan into home, and Bentavanga had a great tag. There's 2 outs, but the Pioneers score another run. They're up by 6 here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah,
Two in favor of the
great throw by
Pioneers.
Monahan, one of the bright spots in today's game. That was an excellent toss, excellent use of his arm. But yeah, and this game seems to be out of reach at this point for Auburn. But Elmira's still trailing in the hits column. Elmira has 7 hits on the day. Auburn has 8.
That one swung on and missed by Alex Davis, who has been a walk machine tonight for the Pioneers. He's walked 4 times.
Pioneers lead 8-2.
It's like a reverse golden sombrero.
True.
That misses for a ball. Count is
scored in this inning
2-0.
by the Pioneers.
And this has been quite a long 9th inning as the Pioneers have scored 4 runs. The most amount of runs they've scored all game.
That one low.
That one misses for a ball. Count is 3-1.
Yeah, and Davis's batting average, really not going to complain about today. Won't go up, won't go down, but the on-base percentage going to love this one. Currently, 1 ball away from drawing his 5th.
The pitch.
That one.
This one's fouled off, almost clips the Pioneers' third base coach. Count is full.
I can't blame him.
3-2 count. Murrow needs a strikeout here to get out of the
He
inning.
made some great plays over there at third base on the season, but definitely not a bad call to let that one go by.
So David's up to bat here on deck. Jack Aylward for the Pioneers, the extra hitter.
Davis here,
in this ball game.
looking for his 5th walk on the game. Murrow looking for a strikeout. The pitch, and there is Davis's 5th walk on the game. That is just ridiculous plate discipline.
Yeah, it's very rare. You don't see it often. For example, it hasn't happened once this MLB season. It did happen last year. I have to go back all the way to 2024 to find a time in which 5 walks for 1 player in the game happened in the MLB.
Jack Aylward walked in the 2nd and struck out 3 times swinging after that. He's working with 2 outs and 2 runners on. And for Murrow, this has turned into a nightmare inning as that one's fouled off against the roof.
That was an absolute smash against the
In this inning alone, 4 runs have come in.
Jack Aylward.
2 walks have been given up. 3 hits given up.
Pioneers, Dubak and Davis, 2nd and 1st.
The pitch.
Pitch to Aylward, that one.
That misses for a ball. Count is 1-1.
Good take there from Aylward. Found himself in an 0-1 count.
And Aylward struck out his last 3 at-bats. He's probably the only, him and Gabbianelli, who's up next, are probably the only Pioneers who are frustrated with their performances today.
And that one gets past Bentavanga. That moves the runners to 2nd and 3rd. 2 runners in scoring position for the Pioneers.
For the Pioneers, 2-1 count now incoming.
Davis on 2nd, Dubak on 3rd. Aylward working with a 2-1 count.
Hold off there. It's 2-1.
The pitch.
Delivery.
This one's hit to the glove of Moore. Loves it. Throw to first is in time, and a nightmare inning finally comes to an end thanks to a ground out. Beautiful play by Moore. 4 runs come in. It's 8-2. It's not impossible. Just looking a tad bit improbable, but the Doubledays have the Doubleday faithful behind them. Can they score 6 to tie it, 7 to win it? We'll be back for the 9th.
Not over yet.
Bottom of the 9th, still out there on the mound is Connor Monroe, who has pitched phenomenally since coming in. He's facing off against Justin Batts. Batts is not someone you want to face here in the bottom of the 9th. He has a single, double, 2 walks. He rips this one into left field for a base hit. Justin Batts, if the Doubledays go on to lose this one right now, he has been the MVP of the game for them.
He gets the Jerry West MVP. Didn't win the series, but certainly his performance stood out today. 3 for 3 with 2 walks, no times not reaching base.
Yeah, he has been sharp for the Doubledays. And here's Flynn Shoup with a runner on and no one out. Yet to pick up a hit in this one. Doubledays faithful. A bit superstitious. They all move to the right. They move to the seat to their right. They have rally caps on. They're stomping and banging. They want to rally as this one is swung on and missed.
And now that there's a runner on base, I feel comfortable bringing up the stat. The Doubledays have walked 17 batters through 8 innings. The MLB all-time record, set up the PGCBL stats for this. The MLB all-time record for runners left on base in a 9-inning game is 20. So hypothetically, if the Doubledays load the bases here and strand them all, they would tie an MLB record. Kind of crazy to think about. And it shows you that they were always in this game, no matter what the final score is. If you just get your runners in scoring position to score, you very well could have won this game.
I mean, look, you're right. Look at the hit column alone. 10 hits for the Doubledays. And that is, 9 hits for the Doubledays, 7 hits for the Pioneers. They're winning in the hit column by a couple. It just comes down to the fact that with runners on, that's when they can't get a hit. And it's unlucky. And Batts is inching his way to second, but decides to stay put. Counts 2-2 to Shoup.
But you can only say it's unlucky for so long. My practice swings in golf are great. I'm not just getting unlucky every time I stand over the ball.
Batts off first. The 2-2.
Fire from Monroe.
That one gets past the catcher, Ryan Jones, a pass ball. Looks like Justin Batts was able to go to second with ease, and he was inching his way to third, but decides to stay put. A runner in scoring position for the Doubledays with no outs here in the bottom of the 9th.
Currently sitting in third place in the West Division.
Off of second is Bats. The pitch.
Big deal.
This one's going to be roped into center field. Running in is Baker, and making the catch is the shortstop, Manny Castro, who had to cover a lot of ground there to work that out. I mean, phenomenal night for Manny Castro at the shortstop position.
So now it's one down.
With one out, Braden Michelson steps up to the plate. He's got 3 singles on the night. He scored himself in the 4th, and he struck out swinging in the 5th. He's been a hit machine, 3 for 4 on the game with 3 singles.
On second. On deck,
Yeah, Michelson's been great today. One of the probably 2 bright spots, I'd say, for the Double A's.
This one swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Bats dancing off of second. Monroe not really paying much attention to him. On deck after Michelson is Chase Moore, who's going to be at the plate for the first time tonight in place of Miles Fontaine.
Look over here by Monroe. He looks back towards second. Actually, would be
The 0-1.
if need be.
That's in there for a strike. Michelson down 0-2. He cannot believe it.
Michelson did not like when he just wants to go past him. It's an 0-2 count. One down here.
Michelson still upset with the call. He's down 0-2. 1 out. Off of second is Bats. Finally, Monroe gives him a look and then looks at his second baseman, Esley. The pitch. It's hit to the shortstop, Castro, who gloves it. Not the guy you want to hit to. Throw to first. It's called safe by the field umpire. Wow. It looks like the throw took Brandon Dubek off of first base. He says he pulled his foot in what should have been out number 2 on a good stretch by Dubek. Instead, will be ruled a hit, I believe, or an error on Castro. A hit for Michelson, who was upset with the strike 2 call, able to work a hit and advance Bats to third. So the Double A's have life with 1 out. Here's Chase Moore, his first at-bat on the night. On deck is Bentavenga. Runners on the corners. Michelson off first. There goes Michelson to second. The 0-0 is in there for strike 1. There's 2 Double A's runners in scoring position with 1 out.
Miles Fontaine, he's done for the night. He went 0 for 2 while getting on base via an error and a hit by pitch.
Double A's fans are clapping and stomping and making some noise.
Down there.
The 0-1.
That one. Will we get the inside corner? No,
This is for a ball. Jones tried to frame it. Wasn't close.
Not too sure where that would miss, whether that was inside or whether it was low, but either way.
We're 3.5 hours into this game as it's 10 o'clock on the dot.
2 outs.
Double A's trying to rally. The 1-1.
That one. Inside.
That misses for a ball. Count is 2-1.
The sky has gone from a very bright blue to a pitch black here at Falcon Park.
Scored 6 to keep this game alive. 7 to walk it off.
Monroe comes set, kick steals. The 2-1. That misses for a ball. Count is 3-1. There is some movement in the Pioneers' pen. The pitcher warming up.
41. Back over at third base. Second base currently handles Michelson.
2-3-1. This one's hit right to the first baseman, Dubek, who touches first. An RBI for Chase Moore as Bats scores, but the Double A's are down to their last out. It's an 8-3 ball game.
And moving over towards third base will be
Well, the Double A's able to get something.
Next stepping up is going to be Jake Bentavenga, who has won his ball game.
So Bat scores from third. On third now is Braden Michelson. Chase Moore out.
Throw comes in.
And this one's roped on the line down left field for Jake Bentavenga. Scoring with ease is Braden Michelson. Bentavenga making his way to second. A stand-up RBI double for the catcher, Jake Bentavenga, to make it an 8-4 ball game.
Good for the Double A's, getting some value back, making the score look a little bit closer. We'll see if they can keep it going. Jake Bentavenga is still in scoring position. The rally's still going. It seems like they got some momentum. 2 outs on the board, though. It'll be tough.
Now, 4 runs needed by Auburn.
Here comes Connor Rumpf. Yet to pick up a hit in this one. It was hit by a pitch, walked, grounded out again. And the first pitch flips him on his left shoulder. Doubledays players have their rally caps on. The Doubledays fans also as well. They came into this inning needing 6 runs to tie it. They now need 4. Stepping up to the plate is William Ragland III. On first is Connor Rumpf. On second is Jake Bentavenga. Ragland picked up his first at-bat in the 8th. He worked a walk, then got left stranded at third. And there's a pitcher's mound meeting called by the Pioneers coach. Because like I said, there is a pitcher warming up.
Monroe's a little bit over 70 pitches into his outing. He's looked good up until now. I'd be surprised if his night is done, but I wouldn't be shocked. This is, again, a very, very quality win for Elmira and huge for their playoff implications. So this coach needs to know, or needs to be very sure about what move he makes here.
Doubledays starting a little bit of a 2-out rally. Ragland, like I said, just walked. A lot of pressure on his shoulders to try to get on first base safely.
We'll get ready to go here. Coach Berkian will step off and over the line.
Like I said, on first base is Connor Rumpf, Bentavenga on second. Doubledays went from their back against the walls with 2 outs, and now they have scored 2 runs with 2 outs.
They've still probably got their feet against the wall, but they're in like a sprinter's position. They're ready to go. They're still close to defeat, but they're ready to go.
Ragland steps up to the plate. Monroe pitches the 0-0. This one's going to be roped into center field. Running over is Brett Baker, and it drops for a fluke base hit into center field. It's blocked by Castro. 1 run scores for the Doubledays, and safe on second base safely with a double is William Ragland III. The Doubledays inching their way back into the game. It's 8-5 Pioneers. That is the 12th hit on the game for the Auburn Doubledays, and suddenly the tying run in Jaden Madrid steps up to the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position.
This is getting kind of crazy now. The tying run at the plate, and guess what? You can hear it in the Doubledays fan base. They are loud. They are proud. I mean, your family can probably hear you down in Oswego.
First pitch to Madrid is roped, but fouled off. And yeah, the Doubleday faithful are really making a lot of noise here at Falcon Park. They're fun to watch, especially when a great hit happens. William Ragland must feel phenomenal right now, like he's floating on air. Keeps the 2-out rally going. Madrid already has 2 hits on the game. Next pitch to him is roped in the left field. Running over is Gingrich, and he makes the play for the 3rd out. Unlucky for Jaden Madrid as he hit that one well. The Doubledays had a 2-out rally going, and the hearts of the Doubledays and the Doubledays fans have been ripped out as Jaden Madrid was the tying run at the plate. He still hit it well. The Doubledays go on to lose this one 8-5. A great win for the Pioneers. The Doubledays continue their losing streak, and for the Pioneers, they pick up a much-needed win. The Doubledays are now on a 3-game losing streak, as the Saltcats game did not count. But for the Pioneers, I mean, they're starting to heat up a little bit.
It's at home and it's
They finally just snapped their losing streak of 2. They're over 500. They're 17-16 overall in the conference. And Ryan, the story of tonight was leaving runners in scoring position.
Yeah, what they ended up stranding with those last 2 batters, 19 total batters through 9 innings. That's unprecedented. I don't know if that's ever happened before in the PGCBL. I'd have to look through the record books there, but yeah, just not a great game for Auburn. At least they ended it on a hot note. You need to carry that momentum into that game against Elmira tomorrow, or else you're in a lot of danger of dropping down to the 4 seed to this dangerous Elmira squad. And then after that, we're on to that game on Sunday against, and that game on Sunday will be against, it looks like, Niagara Falls. So we got to stay tuned for that game. I know the World Cup is on. Odyssey's out this weekend, but you guys should tune in here to the Auburn Doubles YouTube channel.
Doubledays dropped to 18-14. Pioneers improved 17-16. We'll be back at home on Sunday night against the Niagara Falls American. Doubledays had a rally going in the bottom of the ninth. They lose 8-5. They scored 3 in the bottom of the ninth. So for Ryan Story, I'm Ed Croce saying so long and thank you for tuning in with us. A heartbreak of an end for the Doubledays. We'll be back on Sunday night. Have a great night. Take care.